Kaweda halang nam bola jwe lang nam kaweda halang nam bola jwe lang nam kunati lang nam bola jwe tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kaweda tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kaweda tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kuni bayang tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kulaga tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kulaga tuwe me lang jen ajawi tuwe me lang jen kulaga tuwe me lang jen araja tuwe me lang jen kulaga tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kuni 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 tuwe me lang jen Kulo bola jere tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kaweda tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kulaga tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kuni bayang tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kulaga tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kulaga tuwe me lang jen ajawi tuwe me lang jen kulaga tuwe me lang jen araja tuwe me lang jen kulaga tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kuni 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 tuwe me lang jen Kulo bola jere tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kaweda tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kulaga tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kuni bayang tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang jen kulaga tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me lang kunati lang nam Kulo bola jere tuwe me lang jen kuni da tuwe me
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Billy Luke. I'm coming live to address this topic of today. The topic is right there. President Salva Kiir Miyardit deserved the Peace Prize Award. And then the second topic is about Pagana Moon blaming South Sudan, our national debt and economic and financial crisis on systematic corruption, of which is part of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to highlight to you the reason why His Excellency President Salva Kiir Miyardit was actually being awarded the Peace Prize. So here is the article. President Salva Kiir has been awarded a prize for his mediation of the Sudan peace agreement, which was negotiated during 1 year in the South Sudanese capital. The peace prize that he received during the signing ceremony of the Sudan People Agreement in Juba on Saturday was delivered by the Universal Peace Federation, an international and interreligious non-governmental organization to support effort for peace in the world. Also, South Sudanese presidential advisor Tut Galwak, who is the head of the mediation team, and South Sudanese minister Dio Matok, who is the rapporteur of the mediation, have been awarded for their active role in the peace process. The Sudanese peace parties have recognized the role of the South Sudanese leadership in the peace process and expressed their gratitude for President Kiir's personal involvement during the negotiation. In a speech delivered at the end of the peace ceremony and the reception of the prize, Kiir said he was honored for brokering the peace deal. I am pleased to have been honored and recognized for my efforts. The award honors both my effort and our people's aspiration for a peaceful region, he emphasized. That was a statement made by Salva Kiir upon the reception of his peace prize. Kiir pledged to keep on his effort and bring his former comrade Abdelaziz Al-Hilo, the leader of the SPLM North, to the negotiating table. I think I have to repeat it over again. President Salva Kiir has been awarded a prize for his mediation of the peace agreement, which was negotiated during 1 year in the South Sudanese capital. This is to make it categorically clear to all of you as South Sudanese who are actually complaining and criticizing as to why President Salva Kiir Miyardit was actually being awarded the Peace Prize. The message is very clear that this peace award was actually issued to Salva Kiir Miyardit as a result of mediating the peace agreement between the Northern Sudan and its rebel groups or opposition parties. So that was the reason why he was actually being awarded this Peace Prize. The Peace Prize that he received during the signing ceremony of the Sudan Peace Agreement in Juba on Saturday was delivered by the Universal Peace Federation, an international and inter-religious non-governmental organization to support effort for peace in the world. So the agency that awarded His Excellency President Salva Kiir Miyardit the Peace Prize came from the Universal Peace Federation. Universal Peace Federation was the agency behind the Peace Award given to His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit. Universal Peace Federation is an international and inter-religious non-governmental organization to support effort for peace in the world. So this is basically what this organization is all about, the Universal Peace Federation. This is an international organization, and it is also an inter-religious non-governmental organization to support any effort for peace in the world. This is basically the role of this peace organization. So Universal Peace Federation. So this is the specific organization that award His Excellency President Salva Kiir Miyardit the Peace Award for brokering peace agreement between the Northern Sudanese opposition or rebel groups and the government of Sudan. So I think the message is very clear. The number two point was also South Sudanese presidential advisor Tut Galwak, who is the head of the mediation team, and South Sudanese minister Diu Matok, who is the raptor of the mediation, have been awarded for their active role in the peace process. So the other prominent government official of the unity government of South Sudan were also awarded. Honorable Tut Galwak and Honorable Minister Diu Matok, these two individuals were also being awarded the Peace Prize as well for being the negotiators on behalf of the government of South Sudan, of which His Excellency General Salva Kiir Miyardit was actually being awarded the Peace Prize as the president of South Sudan in that case. The second part of the article said the Sudanese peace parties have recognized the role of the South Sudanese leadership in the peace process and expressed their gratitude for President Kiir's personal involvement during the negotiation. In a speech delivered at the end of the peace ceremony and the reception of the prize, Kiir said he was honored for brokering the peace deal. I am pleased to have been honored and recognized for my efforts. The award honored both my effort and our people's aspiration for peaceful region, he emphasized. That was a statement made by His Excellency General Salva Kiir Miyardit. Kiir pledged to keep on his effort and bring his former comrade Abdelaziz Al-Hilu, the leader of the SPLM North, to the negotiating table. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think the article have made it very clear, and I think those of you who are actually complaining about discrediting His Excellency President Salva Kiir Miyardit for being awarded this peace prize should be able to understand the justification for awarding His Excellency General Salva Kiir Miyardit with the peace prize is actually a credible call, and we should all applaud and actually welcome this peace award to His Excellency General Salva Kiir Miyardit for actually mediating and brokering peace deal between the Sudan and its opposition or rebel groups. So this is something we have to be commendable, and we have to recognize and acknowledge the Universal Peace Agency. I don't know what the name of the, yes, they call it Universal Peace Federation Agency. This is the agency that awarded His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit the Peace Award for his effort in delivering peace or brokering peace between the Northern Sudan and the rebel group. So this is actually basically what this is all about. Salva Kiir Miyardit was not awarded the peace prize because of the South Sudanese conflict. It is somebody else that negotiated the peace agreement between the South Sudan government and the opposition can actually get awards. But you can only get award after that peace agreement is practically implemented. Maybe, who knows, the Universal Peace Federation Agency may decide one day to award whoever brokered peace between the South Sudanese government and the rebel groups in South Sudan. So we may look forward to see that one day in the future. But at this point, I think His Excellency President Salva Kiir Miyardit deserves the peace prize for his presidential effort in brokering peace deal between the Sudan government and the opposition groups. So this is something that we have to also support as South Sudanese, because any relative peace and diplomatic relation between the two sisterly countries, North Sudan and South Sudan, is something we all have to support as well, because it enhances our relationship and it actually restores the trust and normalize economic or commercial relationship so that our trading transaction can actually resume, so that we can actually jumpstart our economy and put our country back on feet again, economically and financially, so that our civil population will not continue to suffer due to unreasonable crisis or conflict between the two countries. So every time when there is a civil war in Northern Sudan, it also affects South Sudan as well. If there is a civil war in South Sudan, it also affects Northern Sudan as well. So relative peace between these two sisterly countries is something that is recommendable. And it is something that we all deserve to support each other. Peace, stability, and tranquility, so that we can actually allow our respective citizens in these two countries to be able to live in relative peace and to resume their diplomatic relation as usual, so that the trading between the two countries can resume and normalize the livelihood of our civil population on both sides of the international borders. So this is why this peace agreement is rewarding, and it is something that is allowable and should be supported by all of us. So nobody should be against it. So far, I have seen so many social media activists circulating this kind of petition calling for challenging the Universal Peace Federation agency to withdraw this presidential peace award to His Excellency General Salva Kiir Miyardit. So, which in fact is actually an act of treasonous elements which should not be supported. So the reason why I'm making this live video is actually to come and clarify the justification or the legal ground behind the awarding of His Excellency President Salva Kiir Miyardit with this peace award. So we should all be proud of that, and we should support it. In addition to that, His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit also deserves to be recognized with the Peace Prize if it comes to the peace in South Sudan. Even though this peace agreement in South Sudan always keep breaking down or breaking apart, I think His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit is committed for peace agreement and is committed for the relative stability and tranquility of our nation. However, given the fact that we have so many opposition and rebel groups inside the country, they always undermine His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit. Salva Kiir Miyardit also deserves to be awarded a peace prize in South Sudan because he has been relatively and constantly, welcoming back the rebel groups and the opposition, despite the fact that they are bloody-handed rebels. He always award them with a position and also give them a military and political amnesty in South Sudan, without allowing this rebel group to face the consequences of their rebellion, which is never seen anywhere in the world. So this means His Excellency President Salva Kiir Miyardit is a man of peace, and he also deserves to be given a peace award for South Sudan. So the reason why South Sudan is in mess right now is because it's always being undermined by the rebel groups and by the opposition. As per now, the reason why the revitalized peace agreement is pressing is because it is because the opposition and the rebel groups are the one undermining the practical implementation of the revitalized peace agreement. So this is one of the factors that we have been observing so far, and this is what we have been analytically monitoring and observing in this peace agreement, the revitalized peace agreement of South Sudan. That is why the formation of the government of national unity of South Sudan is not actually proceeding as was actually expected, because the opposition and the rebel leaders are not cooperating. Instead, the same opposition leaders as well as the rebel leaders are the one trying every means possible to undermine the practical implementation of the revitalized peace agreement. And you have seen and you continue to monitor the campaign of these social media activists that are pro-rebel and pro-opposition parties. The activism on social media is politically driven, and it is actually meant to propagate propaganda warfare that is actually meant to destabilize and to dismantle the practical implementation of the peace agreement. So we should be judgmental about who is actually against the peace and stability of our country. The opposition are the one to be finger point to, and they are the one that should bear the blame game for their destructing strategy in undermining the progress of the peace implementation in our country. So I'm here to appeal to all of you as South Sudanese that you should not support the social media campaign circulating one of the petition calling upon the Universal Peace Federation, who awarded His Excellency President General Salva Kiir Miyardit with the Peace Award, that this is totally unacceptable. And if you believe yourself that you are a patriotic citizen of South Sudan, you should not be a part of that campaign that is circulating on the media, calling for the withdrawal of the Peace Award to His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit. We should not continue to entertain that, because that itself is against the spirit of the peace implementation. Therefore, if you actually go ahead and sign that petition calling for the withdrawal of the peace award, then you are actually calling for the resumption of the war itself. So you, as those citizens who are going to sign that petition, you will be responsible for the subsequent consequences of undermining the peace agreement in our country. So let's be responsible and let's be smart, let's be intelligent, let's be patriotic, and let's be nationalistic citizens that stand up for the territorial integrity of our country, that stand up for the peace, the stability, and the tranquility of the government of South Sudan, as well as our sovereignty as a whole. So please demonstrate your patriotic acts by making sure you boycott any call for the withdrawal of that peace award, because this kind of peace award is actually going to inspire our president, His Excellency General Salva Kiir Miyardit, to continue to go extra mile in putting his own personal effort in compromising with the opposition, with the rebel groups in our country. So this is actually rewarding. It is something meant to strategically encourage His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit to continue to encourage the practical implementation of the peace agreement. So we should all be supportive of this peace prize awarded to His Excellency. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And I would like to give you a floor if some of you will have a say about this. Yeah. By the way, this app is actually experiencing some problem with the bugs. That's why a lot of people cannot actually show up and watch this channel. It is something that can come up here on the screen, and it keeps warning me every time I come on these apps to go live. That's why a lot of people cannot actually join the show. I don't know why. Maybe Facebook is actually trying to restrict the use of the StreamYard with this technical problem. So this warning is always given to me on the StreamYard apps, telling me that there is a bug and that Facebook is actually working on it. And that's why you see a lot of people don't show up on this platform. And that's why some people ask me sometimes to go outside and do it on my own personal Facebook account, which I hate to do, you know. I wish I host it on the platform like this so that any panelists that can show up on this program can actually come and share their perspective. Yes. All right. The second topic that I want to bring to your attention as well was this afternoon that I was watching Honorable Fagana Mum, the former Secretary General of the SPLM political party, was actually being hosted today on the show of Edward Ashik on the Voice of the People, constantly accusing and scapegoating South Sudan government for what he alleged as a national debt, economic and financial crisis in our country. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, all of us as South Sudanese are collectively aware of the genesis of the corruption, money laundering, and money embezzlement in South Sudan. All contribute to this economic and financial crisis in our country. And so is the national debt. And this national debt start to skyrocketing under the secretariat portfolio of Honorable Fagana Mum when he was actually very active government official by that time. So Fagana Mum know very well that the loaning of billions of dollars start under his leadership by the time. When he was the third person, the most high ranking government official that was very influential and very influential as well in politics, in decision making as well. So this actually gives us a critical information that Fagana Mum himself was actually behind those who used to sign the national debt by then, when he was actually reigning as the Secretary General of South Sudan by then. So the fact that he's actually bombarding and blaming everything on scapegoating every national debt, economic and financial crisis on systematic corruption, of which he's a part of it, is a pure hypocrisy which must be condemned. So all of you know very well the reason why our economy and financial system in South Sudan collapsed as a result of this rampant corruption, which I believe all the government officials, including His Excellency President Salva Kiir Miyardit, is also bear the blame. So, but none of all these opposition leaders, including the rebel leaders themselves, they were part of the very same corrupted system rotten by the rampant corruption system. They were the part of the corrupted system by the time. And they themselves were also among those who are accused of the corruption. So that's why I find it hypocritical for these opposition leaders to come here and try to blame everything and scapegoat everything on His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit. This is totally unacceptable, and it is misleading, and it has to be rebutted, and it has to be dismissed as a false propaganda meant to smear others and characteristically assassinate their personalities for political purpose. So this is actually not acceptable, and we cannot entertain that. That's why we always challenge Brother Edward Ashik to actually allow people to be on his platform, so that people can actually debate right on his studio, so that his audience should be made to believe, or should be made to understand, that the person that they keep entertaining, or these political propagandists they keep entertaining on the studio, are not political saint. Matter of fact, they are also part of the systematic corruption that they keep blaming or scapegoating the government of South Sudan. So all of these rebel groups, the opposition leaders who are pretending like they are innocent in the systematic corruption of South Sudan, they bear the blame themselves. And that's why we believe they're not the alternative. They're not the alternative to fix the national deficit or the national debts, as well as the economic and financial crisis facing South Sudan today. Because all of them were able to carry away with a large sum of money and then run to a foreign country. And then they come and turn around and blame everything, scapegoating Salva Kiir Miyardit for all the corruption matters. Yes, I personally do acknowledge the fact, and I do agree with them somehow, that His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit is responsible for the continuous systematic corruption in our country, because he definitely failed to bring this corrupted individual accountable for the corrupted activities. So this is why President Salva Kiir Miyardit does actually bear the blame for actually condoning this kind of rampant corruption without prosecuting this ruling elite or this government official that used to loot the country and then allow them to walk away without any criminal prosecution for their corruption activities. So that is where His Excellency does actually bear the blame. But the fact that they always come to media and blame Salva Kiir Miyardit for being the corrupted leader, when in fact they themselves were criminal accomplices in the corruption spree in our country, should not be used against a particular person. You know, it's like trying to pick a speck out of the eyes of someone, when in fact you should also be the one to pick your own speck out of your own eyes before you talk about picking out the speck out of the eyes of others. This is exactly what is going on here in South Sudan. So let's be realistic, ladies and gentlemen, and let us not entertain nonsense. You know, some people also go around preaching the fact that, oh, President Salva Kiir Miyardit is a tribal leader. This is not true. Yes, Salva Kiir Miyardit may be a son of a Dinka tribe, as is always propagated on social media. However, his presidency is not beneficial to Dinka in general, let alone the whole Dinka as a whole. The Dinka section of Awanishan Nyal are not beneficiaries to his presidency. Innocent local people of Awanishan Nyal are always being killed in cold blood, but yet Salva Kiir Miyardit does not even come to their rescue to actually provide adequate security to his people in the village. So the fact that this tribe go around and claim that they are a nationalist or they are a patriot that can fix tribalism in South Sudan is ridiculous. It is totally ridiculous, because they themselves are also tribalists. As in the case of Fagana, he claimed to be a nationalist when he speaks on his platform, but in reality, it is also Fagana who sponsored the tribal fighting in 2009, when the CPA was first celebrated in Malakal. He sponsored a tribal fighting against the Dinka, inciting his own tribe, the Cholo Kingdom, against the Dinka of Upper Nile, over the period of the Malakal as a land of Cholo. So the fact that he actually incited the Shuluk people, again, the Dinka of Upper Nile, is another color of showing that he's also a tribalist, even though he pretend all the time like he's a patriot and that he's a nationalist. No, he's not. He's a hypocrite. And that's why we can no longer trust him anymore. So Pagana Mum should not blame Salva Kiir Miyardit for all the mess. You should not blame Salva Kiir Miyardit for being a tribalist and blah, blah. Everybody color is being known. All these opposition leaders, they are known by their color. And none of them cannot ride around and say, oh, I'm not a tribalist. You know, he is the only person who has not demonstrated his real color, that he's a tribalist. That's why his government is always accommodating every individual from different tribes across South Sudan. Even though the tribe of the president is always being victimized and vindicated in the names of Dinka. But in reality, his government is a government that is composed of all the tribes and from different regions as well. So this idea of blackmailing everybody is not acceptable. So let me read the comment. Otherwise, I have to stop here, since nobody wants to be a part of the conversation. Otherwise, I pass the link out there. If anybody who want to join, then you have to join me now before I close. Okay, I'm reading the comment. Yeah. So the link is out there. If anybody would want to join me, please. Yeah, Nyanja, I think I agree with you. It is totally unacceptable for Mr. President to allow anyone suspected or accused of any corruption in the government of South Sudan to be let go without criminal prosecution. It is something we all do agree on that. And we have to be honest sometimes. What we don't entertain here is the fact that some people like to scapegoat His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit for the very same corruption in which they were also accomplices in it. This is what I condemn. But the president does actually demonstrate some lack of leadership when it comes to criminal prosecution of anyone accused of rampant corruption in our country. And in the case of the recent corruption case, which was actually alleged to Mayik Dengayi, yes, I don't know why they let people go. That's a question that has to be answered by His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit. In order for him to be vindicated or to be exonerated for the crime of the corruption, of the systematic corruption spree in our country, he must be honest. So we need to see accountability. We need to see transparency if he's actually fighting corruption. You know, and that is what left a lot of people in surprise or disgust to see that there is a lack of accountability and transparency when it comes to fighting or battling the corruption spree in our country. So the fact that there is this rampant corruption spree in our country is what actually contributes to the economic and financial collapse in our country. How? It is because the very same government officials are the one looting the national treasure or national account or national banks or our national reserve being looted by the government official. And once they loot this money, this national treasure or national reserves, you know, instead of banking it in the bank, banking your money in the banks, they rather take this money away and then they keep them in their houses. This is exactly what is actually driving the highest inflation in our country. This is what is actually affecting the growth of the economy, and this is what is actually driving up, skyrocketing the value of the South Sudan pound. So the highest inflation of the South Sudan pound is actually caused by this behavior. You are actually, you know, looting the national bank. The South Sudan Central Bank is being looted. And these government officials themselves, they don't even open banks account in our financial institution. And that is what is actually driving the South Sudan pound to plunge or to plummet. That is exactly what is actually driving down the value of the South Sudan pound. Because money are taken away from the national banks and then they are being kept in a private saving. You know, they keep them in their houses. I don't know. You know, that's the mindset of our people. Even people who are working for a non-governmental organization in South Sudan, or those who are actually working for South Sudan, maybe they get their salary, but they don't even save their own salary in the financial institution of South Sudan, which is actually the central bank of South Sudan. So the bank is left with nothing, but it's left empty because citizens are not actually opening bank account, financial bank account. And this is what is actually driving the financial crisis. It is actually what is driving the financial collapse in our country. And this is actually what is actually driving down the economic growth. And that's why the price continue to fluctuate up and down, up and down. So people don't know how to regulate this. They don't know how to manage the money. And at the same time, all these foreigners that are working in South Sudan, they do not even save their money in the country, nor do they spend that money in our country. They actually come and make money in South Sudan. They come and invest in South Sudan. Instead of investing in South Sudan, they just make this money, they save it in their cash, and then they take it, load it back to their country. And then they go and spend it in their respective countries. They don't spend that money in South Sudan. And that is another factor that is driving the economy of South Sudan to collapse. That is also another factor that is driving the financial situation of South Sudan to plunge. This is actually what is plummeting the economic and financial growth in our country. Because we don't know how to regulate this. Our people are lacking this, or they are not actually implementing. They're not implementing the policies or the rules and regulation governing the financial institution, as well as the banking institution and economic factors that can actually drive the economy to grow. prosperously. So these all these factors are the one contributing to the collapse of our economy and our financial system. So I think this is a common sense to all of us. Sometimes we don't even want to waste time talking about economy, talking about financial institution, and what are the factors contributing to the downfall. It's because of all this I just mentioned. Corruption is one of them, and those who are actually corrupting the system are the government officials themselves. But this huge amount that they stole or that they steal from the national treasure or central bank of South Sudan, it's not also being served. It's not also being served in the in the South Sudan Central Bank. You know, they just loot it. They just loot it, and then they go and serve it in their own homes. You know, so this is very, very unfortunate, ladies and gentlemen. It is very, very unfortunate, and these are the main factors contributing to the economic and financial downfall in our country. So we understand the system. We live here in the Western world. We understand how the economy and financial institutions operate. We understand. We know which are the factors that can actually lead to the collapse of the economy. What is actually leading to the economic downfall or financial crisis in our country? These factors can easily be identified by the economists, professional or academic scholars in economy. They can easily identify this and they can resolve it. But matter of fact, in South Sudan, people with professional expertise in the field of the finance and economy, they are not given that opportunity. You know, I came to realize as well that most of the financial institutions are operating in South Sudan, and they are the one running our financial system at the same time. But matter of fact, the very same foreigners that come to invest in South Sudan, they do not actually consume their saving or their money in South Sudan. Instead, they take that money, they outsource that money, which they make in South Sudan, and they take it back to their native country where they come from. That's where they go and spend their money. We South Sudanese are also another factor when it comes to economic growth. We are the one taking our money, outsourcing our money, and we go and spend it outside the other countries. In terms of paying for a school fee, you take your children to go and learn in a foreign country. You are actually taking your money outside your country, and then you go and spend it outside the country. Whenever you seek medical treatment, you also want to go to Kampala, you want to go to Egypt, you want to go to Sudan, you want to go to Ethiopia, you want to go to Kenya. You are also taking your money out of the country. Because the money that you save, and then you say, okay, I'm going to use this money to seek medical treatment outside the country. Instead of seeking treatment in your own country, you are actually depriving your economic growth. The same thing when you say you want to take your children to a better school in the neighboring country, you are taking your money out, you are outsourcing your own money from your own country, then you go and spend it there. The same thing, ladies and gentlemen, you South Sudanese are also spending much of your time outside the country as well. You are taking your families outside South Sudan, then you go and rent for them houses, maybe in Uganda, in Kenya, in Ethiopia, in Egypt, in Sudan. You are actually depriving your own country economically and financially. So that means you are also another factor that is contributing to the economic downfall of South Sudan, one way or the other. Because you are actually spending much of your expenditure. If we have to calculate it by percentage, then it means maybe 70% of the money that is actually being earned by South Sudanese that are working inside their own country is being spent outside the country. So how do you expect your economy to grow when you cannot actually spend your own money inside your own country. That's another factor, let alone the fact that everything is blamed on corruption. It is corruption that is being scapegoat for everything. Yes, you know, if our people themselves are the one corrupting the country, because corruption is start all the way from the national government up to the state government. Everybody's involved in corruption. There's no doubt about that. We all agree. Systematically, corruption has become a culture in our country. There's no doubt about that. I cannot dispute that. But I don't like the idea that some people come here, you know, the former government official or politician in South Sudan, they come to Western world here and then they start blaming, scapegoating everything against the incumbent president of South Sudan, which is something that I don't buy into. And that's why I don't trust none of this opposition or these rebel leaders, because they were once in the very same government and they are part of the rampant systematic corruption is free in our country. So whether you were a military general, you took part in the same corruption, because corruption is almost everywhere. In every private sector, there is a corruption. In the public sector, there is a corruption. And everybody is involved. So whether you are a rebel leader and you were once in the government, you used to also steal the South Sudan armed force salary is also being corrupted by the military general. So none of these people are not immune. They're not immune from corruption is free. And they cannot claim themselves to be a political saint. And that people here, some of you at South Sudanese are so blind to the extent that you can be quickly fooled, and then you are made to believe that these are the political alternative to the incumbent one. That is not true. That is not true. And that is what we don't want to entertain here in South Sudan. So let's be realistic. Let's be realistic and let's be confrontational in telling the facts as they are. Let's not beat the bush. So the like of Agana Moons, yes, I understand and I do acknowledge his contribution. His revolutionary contribution is unquestionable, and I honor him and I salute him for his service. However, when it comes to politics, I think he's not a political saint anymore. He has disgraced himself, and he should not be the alternative as well, as people appear to claim that he is another political saint to be honored for whatever he wants to claim himself to be. So Pagana Mum is not an alternative. Thomas Cirillo is not an alternative. Anybody out there is not an alternative. As long as you have been part of the government, you are not a political saint in any way. And you are not the right person to be replacing the incumbent president of South Sudan. My friend, you are deceiving yourself. The same thing applies to you as the supporters of all these political, these corruptible officials. You should not actually entertain them. Do not entertain them, because they are not a political saint as you claim, or as they claim themselves to be. All right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I think the message is very clear. that His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit deserved the Peace Award for his presidential effort in mediating the peace agreement between the Northern Sudan and the opposition or rebel leaders. So that's why he was actually being awarded the Peace Prize by the Universal Peace Federation, an international organization, an inter-religious, non-governmental organization that is supportive of the peace effort around the world. So Mr. President deserved the Peace Prize for his presidential effort in brokering the peace agreement between the rebel forces and the Sudan government. So I believe he deserved that, and nobody should be against it. At the same time, as South Sudanese, you should not be a part of that circulating petition that is going out there on the social media. I think some of you might have come across that dissemination of the appeal calling for the withdrawal of the presidential peace award to Salva Kiir Miyardit by the opposition supporters. If you are actually part of that organization that is actually propagating the call for the withdrawal of this peace award, then you are actually against the revitalized peace agreement in South Sudan. And you should be responsible for the suffering of our citizens in the country. So let us not be a part of the anti-peace element in our country, but instead we have to support this presidential award to His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit for actually brokering the peace deal between the Sudan and the rebel leaders. It is something we have to be supportive. Why? Because it is also encouraging. It is also encouraging and rewarding to our president, and it will actually inspire him to continue to put his own personal effort in achieving peace in South Sudan between the opposition parties or between the rebel groups in our country. So that should also be supported, because this is actually going to help His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit to actually put his own personal effort in achieving peace in our country. So that's why I believe it is encouraging, let alone the fact that Salva Kiir Miyardit should also deserve the Peace Prize in South Sudan, because he has been offering political and military amnesty to the rebel leaders and to the opposition. And how many times have these rebel and political leaders been defecting back and forth, despite the fact that they have a bloody hands? But President Salva Kiir Miyardit continued to forgive all these rebel leaders, no matter how bloody they are, So the man deserves peace. He deserves peace prize for his peace effort. So this is why I believe we should all justify any peace prize that is awarded to His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit without any doubt. So please do not catch any feeling. There is a justification for all this. Maybe the Universal Peace Federation is actually appeasing His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit so that he can also be able to put his own presidential effort in reaching an everlasting peace and stability in South Sudan as a whole. So it is encouraging to his president. It can be instilling, it can be inspiring award. So let us support it. Let us not be part of those anti-peace elements that are now circulating this petition calling for the withdrawal of the peace award given to His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit. That is something that is actually going to destabilize our country. That means if you are against the peace award to His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit, you are actually calling for the reversal of the peace agreement. That means you want the country to plunge back to civil war. And at the end of the day, you're still going to be the loser anyway. Because one can imagine how many times have these rebel leaders been given that opportunity time and time again. They have been rewarded position. They have been given millions of dollars, but still they never stop rebelling. So that's why His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit deserves presidential award for his peace effort. He deserves that. He's such a merciful guy. He's such a merciful president, and he has been pardoning, issuing clemency to the rebel leaders, to the rebel commanders or general, giving them millions of dollars in order to appease them to join the peace. And yet these rebel leaders never stop rebelling. But Salva Kiir Miyardit never stop and never give up. He continued to keep welcoming them, even though they keep rebelling back and forth. Now the very same supporters are now have the gut to come forward and say, you know what, the president does not actually deserve the peace award. When in fact, when this rebel group go back to the bush, they will not even be able to overthrow the government themselves. Most of them have been to the same bush several times, but they never succeed in toppling the government of South Sudan. So how long will you continue to do this? When in fact you always become the loser. But it's still, anyway, His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit will always welcome you back, embrace you as brothers and sisters, accommodate you in a bigger position in the government, give you millions of dollars, and give you a good position in the expenses of the patriotic citizen of South Sudan that never took up arms or rebels against the government or kill any of their fellow citizens. So this is very, very unfortunate for you guys to continue to support these rebel leaders and encourage them to go back to the jungle to fight or to wage redundant rebellions in our country. So let's be realistic, ladies and gentlemen. Let us not encourage this, and we should also be mindful of what we do in supporting this appeal that is being disseminated or circulated on social media, calling for the withdrawal of the peace prize awarded to His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit. All right. So please be a peaceful citizen, be responsible, be morally driven, and support what is good for the stability and tranquility of our country, so that our innocent civil population can actually return back to their normal activities in South Sudan. So this will actually enable us to restore and to enhance the trust and restore stability and tranquility in our country. So please let us be supportive of His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit in implementing this revitalized peace agreement. So this peace award to his presidency is actually inspiring and encouraging to his presidency to continue to implement the revitalized peace agreement in South Sudan. So let us be congratulatory to the Universal Peace Federation for awarding His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit with this unprecedented peace award. And he actually deserved it. And I don't think the Universal Peace Federation is actually going to, it's not going to reverse. It's not going to revert this peace agreement or peace award to His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit, because it is actually strategically meant to actually encourage His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit to implement the peace agreement in South Sudan itself. So think of this strategically. And this is how we have to take advantage of that. So if Salva Kiir Miyardit is being awarded for brokering the peace deal between the Sudan and its rebel leaders, then it will actually enhance the implementation of the revitalized peace agreement. This is how I look at it, analytically and strategically in that case. Finally, The fact that there are some politicians that come to diaspora here and then they claim that they are a political saint and try to scapegoat His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit for the corruption is free and other malpractice of mismanagement in our country, it is something that we need to dismiss, and we have to be, realistic in challenging them as well, confront them with the facts. So I was actually doing a fact check here that the like of Ghana moves are not the right people to talk about economic and financial crisis in our country, because he was one part of it. And this economic and financial crisis start under him as a result of this rampant corruption and this, financial laundering and embezzlement of our money. And then people run away with the money, go to foreign country, then come and buy houses here, spend the money outside the country, and then affect the economy and the financial system to booms when in fact, you take your country money outside the country and then go and invest and spend it there. That is one of the factors that contributes to the economic and financial downfall in South Sudan. So we cannot continue to entertain this nonsense that is being circulated and disseminated on the social media through this propaganda mouthpiece, through the show of those of Edward Ashik. So this is what we need to understand. I wish we should be given a platform on that forum. Then we have to confront Pagana himself on that very same platform. Only if it is possible, which I believe. The like of Edward Ashik cannot entertain that, because they know they can easily be put to public scrutiny without defending themselves, So this is exactly what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I think I have to bring this show to an end, and thank you for tuning in, staying with us. Thank you very much, everybody. It was a pleasure to see you joining my show. See you again. My next topic will be about the political parties that are being established without complying All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think the show has come to an end. It was a great show, and I'm looking forward to debate. The political parties that are roaming out here in diaspora, and they keep establishing political parties and launching them here in diaspora without formally or officially registering them in South Sudan. So that is a big question mark, because these political parties include the real SPLM of Pagana Mum. This is going to be my next target. And then there is another political party launched by Dr. Matur, which is called National People Movement. And then there is this political party led by Dol Arjun. They call it USPSS. And then there is this KDM, Quick Democratic Party, led by Brother Bolgai. Then I don't know what are the other political parties. There is this other political party led by this guy by name Dr. Akim. And it's called, I don't know, they call it Nadapa or something. These are the very, these are the briefcase political parties, by the way. I can call them so. The reason why I'm calling them briefcase political parties is because these political parties are not recognized. They are not formally and or officially recognized in South Sudan as a registered and legal political party. So the fact that these political parties are always being established here and launched here in diaspora without legal registration in South Sudan, they should be regarded as illegal political movement, which actually even collude with a foreign government, which actually pose a security threat to the stability of South Sudan. This is why I say these political parties should not be trusted. If you want your political party to be trusted, then you need to avail yourself on the ground in South Sudan, where you have to make sure you establish and launch your political party there after you meet all the legal requirements in terms of registration, and then you have to launch it there. This is when you have to launch the political mobilization and resource mobilization as well. Then if you come here to diaspora, then you start campaigning for the membership mobilization, resource mobilization, so that you can use that resources for your political operation. That will make sense. But this is not the case here. People are being hypocrites. And if you want to be taken seriously as these political figures or whatever political ideology that you are pursuing, then you need to make sure avail yourself in South Sudan, register your political party there, and then you have to launch it there in South Sudan. Then come back to diaspora and campaign or mobilize for the membership registration, as well as mobilizing for your resource for your political operation. This is how you can be recognized as a legitimate party, and that your organization will be taken seriously. And then this is when members, any citizen of South Sudan, will be able to join any of these political parties at will. And then from there, we will be able to allow a conducive environment whereby we can contest, democratically, in all the political process. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is a challenge. And so, if you are one of those citizens that have already registered themselves with this respective political party that I have just mentioned, then you need to come to realization and understand the legal requirement or lawful requirement pertaining to the political parties being claimed outside here. We do only recognize the political parties that are registered in South Sudan. So if your political party is not registered in South Sudan, then your message is nothing. Nobody should be able to waste time in registering with your political party and be recognized as a legitimate organization. All right. So thank you. I think I have to stop here, and I don't have to continue doing this. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah,
I want
Abraham
to say
Paul.
I want to say hi, man. And Louis, and I tell you, quite yellow, never got in the moon.
Bita odila ko manjela kilui.
No, you go fall.
In jamo fin jive tem we in chinware. Oguja
I
we
can't
ju
do
kan
that.
to ko loye. Kan to ko loye in jale.
Hey.
Ne
I can't
jama
man,
tin.
can ma bully the
Mm.
Galachak. Bully the Galachak near the fay, cool war, lemon, Dora lad, can wear the can say, can you need ransom,
E
let me
kana
say
okde
it.
du wa gem kak. E kana. Mm.
One jam like I do my part then she get about that then she buy something like that. I like it. I like cookie. The key in each other. You could do Michela. Now I got madam one day. Then those people, I will mess up with them. But it is a bit like who had got the hour huge. But rather than it can more more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, kita luar kan ini kan tuh bilo rawi bilo luar register kata luar di nala juga bila luar register jual ban berer deket tawan ini kilo bukan
Hey
pen
jai. Mm.
bukan jajan
Party de ka kwenun. Ago party de guy bull. But the party the Dr. Matura lo lo nywana Lagos State ko one. I don't know in Kidil da. Kujila yin party ta pagana mum. Real SPLM party. Yelo yin real SPLM party wa yele ka to yiki wa yari ke fake.
now when that one like long film long din dan
Party ga
ki
go
tahu
de party
kita
ga ki
wayar
ga ja party yi do la arjin. Jila mo do de chol Dr. Akim Dario. Anang no political party ke le chol na dafa. Ayana wij bile ke ko la we achanu we ga taken seriously ko don jamo ti la ke jinu sudan la ke jola ko tu te ni jake ko register ni jake ko ni te awale ke we bu ke no seriously otherwise ke political parties ke ina brambol ke ga lui ga jam foreign countries te ke ko big jinu sudan da to bu kuma bu cho we in ke tie da ka lo kan so tie da chiri na che consider ke legitimate ke illegal
aja illegal socket ma ansina
ai ke ne ga again the again
ansina
the country na ko bra nom seriously lo le
like
political party
jamu Amerika jokai yo jola juba jamu Amerika jokai yo jola juba pada de la ngai fi juba lon kire bu ba hele ne ka Gambia
eh
ya ko den
dunu be le ya den ke ke ri hoji ken ne kala acha na bra lo believe na de ke is big na ke ko ki chola jun sudan
No, I try to say yeah like mo America. Teten jola juba ku jola ngani. La ka kat. An cuma ka di turam ke kedang la ka kat. Den jola ngani lon chen ro bu yo ko taken la ni. Adi jam er kilo
eh
rot.
ache mi chila
Arsenal.
na ye na de na bra de bi lui compete che mi
Arsenal.
chila jama
Actually nam da ja outside da no right da kal United States. You don't have a right outside. To say
eh
anyway
ma
you
you claim
want
to be a citizen anyway
you
ke
want
ne
to.
jala long e long na ben ja kan na
Arsenal
de
jeni
long
ki
jinu
lo
sudan
ko
na jam le ni chi would be a dual citizen chin ke chol dual citizenship ke ne long jinu sudan na ben ja judge you know.
No, kle
So
gi na
get the
Arsenal
king
jeni
la
ki
yi.
lo ko.
Iki ko bi asir de America ki tem kara
When
America ko
ni ki
ku jame
salga
jinu Sudan.
Arsenal Tele yin jam kaka ji nu bas wakin akin registration don talo fat amwan to ya leki ran ji lu registration la ka kat ke ko ta ji nu parar ba ta kan ke lo ye jiri madara no
Ai mai ne na lu kala bi option
people
away.
need to be frank here people need to be frank here kan bu kan apa ni da gi ta ki lo ba wo lo jal wel ka pa lin ba chu ta di
Mm.
they are wrong tawa na kin gele ran pen register even ale bate wala EU bidang African Union kular ko gam wara ku jot ki yin ge ki juba ko lu register ko lo maktab du jalo du dari na nothing wrong with that you know
Ene ya le ke ko man. No, but en ke Tokyo. Na ye jinu Sudan ko jam le yin ki wi banam da citizenship kero. Yin le ba tok tem ko. For instance, whether a European citizen somewhere in a country, Europe, or a citizen in Canada, or a US, or a Australia.
ale barer
Kuna
ke ko ku
yeti,
karo lekin ale barer ke
no,
ko ku
yeah,
karo lekin ni register ka irar da kal junu barer bu maktab du bitaw fi
right.
junu yeah
In a car will can exactly. When a be nom ki serious ke kwen otherwise ke ke joking we ko da to ke ga lu ya gen ke foreign country a chan ki junu Sudan lu regime che So
ala
can
gin
I
ka sina
like
je to la
political
sina ai to la
speaking?
sina
They are not
ai to
being
la
honest.
sina
When I political party would you want to just at it? I ain't you know jam thin. You could been changed by this. Like in I jam, tell the change by politics to get a low guitar here. Win you want just you know that. You can consider illegal.
kene
Now,
kene junu kene kedang
for
ya kene kedang kene chumal ke junu ter ke pin legally in ara bai lekin men I think ko ja bi nyu jito e chan bi Sudan bi apo ni de ku wi be ra ku chi ku ko ke junu te de ku wi bi junu ra dan men kan able chok chok
Yeah.
chin mi kra ka ngo ko ter ba taw ko family na lo kartum tin bi am tin yin yo ra wa yin ga ra ki dong kartum ko ne de junu tan ko ga mi ti den ni sa ko kilo ru yu ka ru ja jau abu go to na le to ko bi ran to be na la tian tin ke ko mala kan ke ene ko bija yo chop kan
No.
ala chara chin pan
That
na to
that's
mo
not my
jang le la
Gabriel.
ka ja che pya ko kar e un to ko de yin pya tin bana la mu tikan
No.
no a je pya ko kar ta bu ban tikan a chu gro be yo ro wari do la mu cha ko lu then we never body have to do whatever you want to do no but thing ba den ga de ran di ro juba she answer those questions
No.
na chi lo mi ta ba tan mi ka da ba bu to ta kan okay e good lo ta de
Tavere.
nobody worried about whatever they want to do man
Ina Brem. You can get topic
ah
a long talk. E jia mo tin man tin a chen ye topic ga man tin. Topic ja talk ba jolo ina topic. Lakin ke
yeah
man tin
you ba
President
jala
Salva
do
Kiir
you ba
Miyardit.
jala do
I think
you ba jala do la la ra yin
ayen peace award, you know. Ayen peace award.
yeah
Lakin kene amen junubin. Ku yena anong appeal. Anong petition Louis circulate in media. Ba yelo la no. Yeah, okay. Aja. Yen wo junubin ko ndae an jal ko jine. Ba yok chodi ke lo tong ndi wan. But one ma da brambol en kana ji go ben ku ikere ji ben debate to tong jien. To yen we chakale yo ko dai ke jaman tin ga ko ne wasa ba yo chirana bana ci dedi in ke ko wira de ken Salva Kiir Miyardit ye na ci ye ka die de do a die de do ne yenin we na die de do ci yenin ken ye ko le ye no ban Kiir Miyardit de ye ka die de do so ale ye na die de do ken yin yen because ye na ci dor de pa ni ci mal Sudan a ci be e kam den ke ko wan ke ki kai we ke ki kai on so ko wan ji kai on ku jela hukuma da fa ni ci mal Sudan a ci dor a ci tan a ci cin gor dor ku ka ci dor den ci celebrate ci kyam yae wan juba nin wan jela to yin ku yen e yen do kan wan lu yen celebrate ka yo ne ci ban Kiir Miyardit ene ci yen yek a ci yen adie de dor chen dor be kam ni Sudan ke kene ene men junubin kok ko yegelo le yen ngo Kiir Miyardit den yek yen yek adie de dor ke ya jelo le yen adie de dor kene ke yin ko ke pis ke pinnam ai one pis ran ti dor be ke lo cha jaw so akene apia de Kiir Miyardit ke ban Kiir Miyardit bi yen adie de dor a chana adie de dor kan zatu al bi yen real pio kaman a chan ben do dan jinu Sudan lo wa solo ku biro dial lew so ay ni kan apia bogen support ke ye na nang petition Louis circulate ne fi social media anang petition den share kitin jana nang group nen ko yun ke opposition a jam gula no ye na dier do ci yen ban Kiir Miyardit a wi bu dok shen ko ki ga ko yun te next year ke a chen not only ye ke den tier e ko nyaaren big buy bi dong nam tong ko be du tong ko mo to nin big bema e kena ci wi bi lo ye we buy so wa ke ne ke challenge ku na chagen yo out there ke we jing dai ka bag de no a chi wi bi dara an be shin ta anya wore wore ga lo circulate petition lu circulate e ko ken ga nyaget wala ko opposition ke ko ke ka ko unte ko bi ginu Sudan bi dong nam tong to chi nya bu ban Kiir Miyardit bi ga diere do a diere do kana pe Kiir Miyardit chan Kiir Miyardit ena ba aje de ena be real pyo chan bi dor fa na ginu Sudan bi le gidam so kana ben yegin inspiration ben dor ginu Sudan ben in law for what bi dial implement ga ban Kiir Miyardit kaman apya bi yen a diere do a chan ti di de ko wane gat fa na ginu Sudan rane gat kule ben kurana de chiri yam datu ay ko no ku sile yeki ke lo accommodate yeki forgive ayeka pala wachen jiga loy ku ngur ke bi ke ku kumai ku bako tawra na position pie dun te cheta for the yo ko dra na rande shiriam ko ke ga yebe ben taw kumai ku ben ka tawe kaman to ka yu rande dai ga dai ngwan ku ngur ko dokin rande dai ga dai di dar ngur lo dokin ku na be ben tawra nen ki kon gat fi jinu Sudan be ben tawra no e kana di ku yini we that ku ka we ben cham ubade rana bu Kiir Miyardit be ben lo fota ku ngor ko bero do anu le keden ndi api wa ke ye Kiir Miyardit ga ke nyage de ke o ku ron to ben ke lo dor ke ku kadil ke la bay bi ba ben re yen fi J1 e kene le bi Kiir Miyardit le bi yen ye ga diere do wa diere do ji yen kene ke make sense pa ya support ku kene ala bi yen de pyo a chanen bi dor jinu Sudan bi lo ga dem wa yen wog ginu bindai wog gindai ku chagen de ginu edor adiere do yen Kiir Miyardit akin kreatati adie kan ke yin wa chen dor chumal Sudan chenen bay e kam den ginya ger ke chumal Sudan the same thing adie kan abien chala pyo la pyo kor bi pyo la jam be pyo la kwen to ku bi yognu man chen yega do chen yega adiere do kan ka bando di ni junu Sudan ya bana loy ku ka bando be junu Sudan so kan ne yani wala we jing dai after bag petition kan chaka chaka chen batain tin kan petition lu circulate media jine ku ka ke woni supported nyaget ke ka manin ku ke gen le na diere do yin Kiir Miyardit ka dugu chen ke ko won chen nyanu bi de do to fi Sudan wala ko chen nyarnu bi de do to u chuma Sudan a chanen chuma Sudan ku de do ke ka pet ke do da ko jinu bin na de do jinu Sudan ye ka pet ke chuma Sudan so yin junubi wala yin chumali wona en man wala yen Kiir Miyardit ngo en yik adiere do ke yedial ngi yin ran yin again is do junubi nchi ko ko taw do wa kana e nyo with junubi any petition that is being circulated out there or disseminated calling for the withdrawal of the peace prize awarded to His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit, then you don't have to sign that petition. All right? You don't have to sign that petition at all. So can I read back there? Hello, Dawood.
Hey, big brother, how you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Just another lovely day in America.
You are joining me when I was about to close the show. So welcome, brother.
How are you? Man, I'm doing well, man. Sorry about that. I didn't know, man, and it's
No, it's okay. It's okay. I have nothing to do, so I have time.
Yeah, I see the what do you call it? The topic talking about
a closing statement. The topic is clear, and I don't know whether you have been listening all along.
Yeah, I don't know. I have, but it's like when he said he deserves a what do you call? I mean, yeah. So I mean,
President Salva Kiir Miyardit deserves the Peace Prize award. Is there an objection to that?
No, of course. I mean, Peace Prize. What is the?
Yeah, based on your personal opinion, you can.
No, no, but it all comes down to what is a Peace Prize. You see what I'm saying? Peace Prize. If you look deeper, they only give you peace.
You need to understand. first of all, you need to understand who awarded him the peace prize.
No, it really doesn't matter who awarded him. Of course, the devil
Okay,
people awarded the
listen,
president that, man.
this peace prize was actually awarded to His Excellency General Salva Kiir
No,
Miyardit for brokering
yeah.
peace deal between the Sudan government and the rebel groups in Chumal, Sudan. So the peace award came from the organization called Universal Peace Federation, which is actually an international and interreligious non-governmental peace organization that is actually supporting all the peace efforts around the world. So these were the very groups that came and awarded His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit with a peace prize for brokering peace deal between the North Sudan and the rebel groups. So I think it is something commendable, and we should be supportive of it, because this is actually going to inspire His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit to also practically implement the bit larger peace agreement in South Sudan. Brother, so this can actually
that's
strategic interest for us.
No, I mean that's hypocrisy, brother. You know, Salva Kiir has no business, okay, talking to rebels and the government of North Sudan. We have our own problem at home. You see what I'm saying? And that's why, like, when it comes to peace price, right? Peace price is
that, but it's still this peace price is going to enhance him or going to encourage him to actually implement the bit larger peace agreement in his spirit.
No, it's not going to.
This is actually an inspiration to him, being recognized and honored.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's like somebody who's not taking care of their child. He gets the father award for being a good uncle for like he's you know what I'm talking about.
That's not true.
It is true. It is true.
If we want to look at this from the perspective of the South Sudan peace agreement,
what do you mean? What do you mean we can't look at it? We have to.
Award, he does also deserve the peace award as well, because ever since the start of the crisis in South Sudan in 2010, he has been constantly welcoming back rebel leaders in the opposition, despite the fact that they have bloody hands. But he has been awarding them with a position, giving them money, but still they keep rebelling back and forth. So President Salva Kiir Miyardit also deserved the peace prize, because he has been constantly issuing them clemency, pardoning the rebel leaders, and also offering them political and military amnesty. So he's a man of peace.
Okay, I see what's going on, Billy. Hey, Billy, let me ask you. Let me go get off a topic a little bit, okay? A little bit.
Go ahead now.
Yeah. Okay, so where are you located right now?
I'm in the United States.
Okay, so you're located in the United States.
I'm in the United States.
Okay. Yeah. So you're in the United States.
Yeah.
No, I understand. Yes. And I understand you still have affiliation back home, right?
Why not? That's my root.
No. So I see what's going on. You see what I'm saying? I see what's going on. I know you're doing whatever it takes to survive.
What kind of affiliation do you?
No, you're doing whatever it takes to survive, brother. I see what's going on.
No, but tell me what is that affiliation all about?
Okay, so that's
your suspicion.
Yeah. And that's why it has nothing to do with my suspicions. The truth is the truth. But when it comes down to like things like peace price, right? Peace price is given to a person that changed something within his country. Okay, if you change something within, like Nelson Mandela, he deserves a peace prize. Nelson Mandela. Okay. But I'm saying with Salva Kiir, they're giving Salva Kiir peace prize because he did something outside his house. That's nonsense. It's like getting the best. It's like you giving the best, the best cleaning house ever.
Hey, now, let me ask you this question: do you know General Sabeyo of Kenya?
Of Kenya?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard about it.
The guy who was actually brokering the peace deal between the Sudan and the SPLA. During the peace negotiation in Naivasha.
Yeah.
Yes, he has been awarded the peace prize as well for brokering the peace agreement between the Sudan government and the rebel groups.
But Kenya was not at war, brother.
Salva Kiir Miyardit is actually being awarded a peace prize because he broke up the peace deal.
It's not the same, brother. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. Salva Kiir is the president of a country, and right now our country is not stable, brother. Our country's not stable. Like right now with this flood.
It's not stable. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. It's not stable.
No, but no, yeah, but
those
no, but I'm
leaders
saying,
and the opposition are the one undermining His Excellency Salva Kiir Miyardit because they keep rebelling back and forth.
No, you keep talking about it.
The president is also peaceful. He's also accommodating. He keep accommodating them, give them a higher position, and giving them millions of dollars. But still, they never satisfy. So they are not responsible.
No, but you can understand. No, you can understand. But okay, so I said I see why you're saying what you're saying, brother. But at the end of the day, there's a glitch in the system. There's a glitch in the system.
Just tell me what am I seeing? I don't know.
Okay,
I'm being realistic here. I'm not
just being defensive
for the sake of it.
Because all I'm saying
why the president is being awarded peace prize.
Yeah, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying that peace prize might as well. They can just throw it in trash. It's that peace prize. Yeah, that peace prize is disrespect to my country.
You are just jealous out of envy.
No. I'm not jealous. No, I'm saying that peace prize is disrespect. You see
the way. Is it disrespect?
No, because it's you see Sudanese. That's what I'm trying to say. Sudanese people need to open their eyes because this is like in a way it's like they're making fun of president without him knowing. Like they're making fun of South Sudan without knowing. Everybody knows when you put in South Sudan, there's wars.
They don't blame Salva Kiir Miyardit for that because they know, they understand very well the opposition and the rebel group are the one undermining Salva Kiir Miyardit.
No,
they will come to understand that this man is a peaceful man. Imagine someone rebelling 4 times or peacetime.
Dude, Billy,
they are being offered military and political amnesty. They are being pardoned. They are being offered a higher position. They are being given money, but still they keep rebelling.
Billy, you gotta understand, Salva Kiir was a rebel, brother. He's a rebel. He's part of this thing, man. He breathed rebellion. This guy was a rebel himself.
He was a rebel, and he was the peace negotiator on behalf of the rebels.
There's no such thing as peace negotiation, bro.
If you an everlasting peace between Sudan, and that's why South Sudan separated from the main Sudan.
No, well, the South Sudan separated because he rebelled, right? He rebelled, and now he's trying to talk about peace.
He signed the peace in Naivasha.
No, but I'm talking about when it comes to. No, but I'm saying like when it comes to the Khartoum issue, talking about peace. No, these people are rebelling because they're not being treated fair. That's why people in Khartoum, they're rebelling. There's a reason for it. And then Salva Kiir talking about peace, brother. Yo, I mean, I personally don't care about Salva Kiir personally. Personally, I don't care about him, you know. But what I'm saying is like something like that when it comes to so-called civilized community, this we live in. Things like those peace prize for those things are very contradicting. It's very contradicting. يعني ما بقدر صار بيته تو لكن وبقدر بمشي صار بيته جيران. You see the hypocrisy? But what I'm saying is I'm offended by that because it's like
okay, Dawood, listen. Salva Kiir Miyardit did not ask for this peace prize or to be
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
This Universal Peace Federation, which is an international organization.
They're making fun of our president, brother.
You know, they decided to give him a peace award. Salva Kiir Miyardit did not ask, let me be given a peace award. No.
That's what I'm saying. They
make a decision based on their discretion without being willingly. Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's the level of disrespect. Like why they gonna make fun of the president of South Sudan like that, brother?
Why is it a disrespect when there is a justification? There's
no justification, brother. If you look at the country, man, the country is falling apart, brother. The country is falling apart.
It's not falling apart. If it is falling apart, then you have to
look at our finance. Look at our finance. Look at our finance, Billy. Look at our finance.
The one responsible for that.
Look at SSP, man. That shit looks like a joke, brother. No, seriously. You laughing because you know the truth. SSP is like a joke. Military is a joke, bruh. And you know, man, our police is a joke. Come on, brother. You know, and they give him a peace award for what? There's wars going within Sudan every day, brother. People just, he's talking about rebels. We have people just rebel.
Are you talking about South Sudan or are you talking about Northern Sudan?
But I'm saying in South Sudan, people rebel every day. And why can't he talk peace with these people?
Well, that's why Salva Kiir Miyardit is not a reason. but still these are the very same people. They keep rebelling.
What I'm
Salva
saying,
Kiir Miyardit welcome them, give them a higher position, give them the money, but still they're not satisfied. That's why they
what do you
call
mean?
him
What do you mean, Salva Kiir gives them
because
the
he's
money,
not giving
brother?
these rebel leaders that keep confusing back and forth. They should be lucky enough. That's why Salva Kiir Miyardit is considered a peaceful guy, a peaceful president, because he keep accommodating rebel every now and then, despite the fact that they have bloody hands. This is ridiculous.
No, no. The thing is, I mean, as I said, personally, I don't care about Salva Kiir. But what I'm saying is, the way these guys give him the price is it's like giving a kid that got an F, you give him an A plus, like it's like first of all, if you would common sense,
this
you like,
president is innocent. He's innocent, and he's
no, man, yo, I don't know what no, but you remember what I said, right? I said you're not the right person to talk about that. Remember that time? There's a reason I said that. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it's all love. We love this kind of debate. Is what we need in South Sudan.
Absolutely,
people,
it is.
Yeah, people that don't agree with you,
and I appreciate your civility.
Yeah, and people that don't agree, people that don't agree with you, and people that don't agree with me. It's fine, and that's why we have South Sudan, and South Sudan is supposed to function that way. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, as a president of South Sudan, I have no problem with him, but the problem of people making fun of him by giving him an award for negotiating peace, that's disrespecting my country, brother. I feel disrespected. I feel disrespected.
Like I say, it's not disrespectful.
No, man. You see, that's Billy. That's a problem, Billy. Billy, that's a problem. If you don't see it, though.
The rebel leaders, the opposition, they're always betraying the country, undermine the peace. No matter how the president offers them good position, giving them money, but still they never get satisfied.
Hey Billy, you really want to get to South Sudan, huh? You really want to find a place down there, man. Hey, you're doing good, brother. But listen, Billy. Billy, somebody needs to. Hey, Billy, I gotta admit though, like
my moral value as a decent citizen, a moral citizen, stand up for the rights of this country. I'm a patriotic nationalist. I don't even belong to the SPLM party.
Billy, it has nothing to do with
you. That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
But Billy, you know where I stand at the end of the day. I the things I said, I stand by it 100%. But what I'm saying is, with Salva Kiir, that price piece, whatever, I personally don't.
I feel you.
Yeah. I mean, I personally feel like them giving it to him. I don't disagree with the fact that they give him, but what I'm saying is it's a disrespect. That's all I'm trying to say. Like if Salva Kiir was like, okay, let's just say if Thomas Cirillo came back home, Riek Machar decided to follow things the way it is, and the country is running well, and then he decided to go to Sudan and talk that deal, brother. Guess what? Now I can even be proud, be like, yeah, this guy deserved that thing. You see? But here's the thing, man. When white people give you just gifts and stuff like that, it's like, yo, you're not doing anything for your people. And that's the truth, brother.
Now, Woody, let me give you a benefit of doubt. I may agree with you somehow, only if they should have actually awarded President Salva Kiir Miyardit. After this peace in Northern Sudan is practically implemented to the spirit, and that everything is return to normalcy. Then after that, you issue the peace award. After that peace agreement is practically implemented to the spirit. But you cannot just issue a peace award prior to the implementation of that peace agreement that is being celebrated.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to say.
I'm just trying to give you an idea how you should argue this. So thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's all I was trying to say.
But still, I maintain my position that Salva Kiir Miyardit, no matter whether he wasn't being given this award or anybody giving him award, he still deserves it, because the fact that he continues
Billy, he does not deserve it, man. He does not deserve it.
Political opposition without punishing them, that is a man of peace, and therefore he deserves any peace award.
Billy, the thing is, Billy, we don't know. Okay, Billy, my problem is not with the politicians. My problem is the innocent people die. I don't care about the politicians. They can all have death penalty for our care. But what I'm saying is the innocent people. The innocent people
are dying because of those
and that
Because
is
of
the
those
same. Yeah.
opposition leaders and because of those rebel leaders who keep rebelling back and forth.
No, but no, you
And
keep talking
yet the
about
president keep accommodating.
no, but you
That's
keep talking
why we
about
also blame Salva Kiir Miyardit why he always appeased the rebel.
because he's a fucking rebel, brother. You see, that's the problem. People
That's
need to
why
open their eyes.
because you cannot entertain anybody who keep rebelling every now and then.
Well, because
giving them a higher position.
Salva Kiir got that Janjaweed mindset, brother. I don't know if there's a saying for it. When I think a brother that works for the Arabs, the one that you know what I'm talking about, right? Because look, now that you remember there's a saying within the Nuer community that Dinka people are Arab slaves, right?
That's what.
Yeah, brother.
That's
okay.
What you believe?
No, that's not what I believe. That's no. But look at it. What happened? He goes to Khartoum to talk their fucking deal, brother. And we're back home, brothers, man. What happened? So he'd rather go talk to his he'd rather go talk to his masters.
Do you know Turkala?
No, but listen,
you
see, and he got look, listen, and then guess what? On top of that, the white community, what? They gave him an award for taking care of his master, man. Come on, look at that, man. But at the end of the day, I don't care about Salva Kiir, I care about the country. But you see what's happening? And this is why people need to open their eyes. This is not a tribal war, brother. You know, even Dinka people are suffering from this nonsense. And I want my Dinka brothers to know they need to open up their eyes,
right.
man.
You're right.
Because we're all being misled.
they call it Dinka president anyway.
No, you see, did I call him a Dinka president? No, I didn't.
It's not you. It's not you. Yeah. I'm talking about other people out there.
Yeah, but that's why. And that's why Dinka people need to open their eyes. Because by the fact that he's hiding behind the fact that he thinks he's Dinka. You see, he's hiding behind that. And now, guess what? All the Dinka people are protecting him. Believe it or not, they're not protecting him because he's the president.
They're not protecting him. No, the national unity government is the one protecting him.
No, well, come on, man. You want to get specific? You want to get if you want to get specific.
You know, when it comes to military, it has nothing to do with tribe. As long as they get paid for that.
Billy, that's not what I'm saying. No. Tribe. Billy, when it comes to I was gonna say Donald Trump. No, but when it comes when it comes to Salva Kiir, right? That guy, first of all, his team, you don't know his team. I don't know his team. The only people that might know his team is maybe Thomas Cirillo and Riek Machar. Okay? The regular people of South Sudan, they don't know shit about Salva Kiir. And I'm gonna be realistic. And I know some people here in America want to claim that they're relatives with the president. They're fucking not. Let's open up our eyes for a second. Okay? Nobody really knows Salva Kiir to the level that people think they do. Okay, because he's the president, right? He's there for a reason. Okay, his security is tight. He's being protected all the way out here from the Western world because he's doing the right thing. Like, for example, he went to the Arabs, right? He trying to solve their problem. They gave him a medal. You see what I'm saying? And that's why we need to open our eyes. Where's Salva Kiir's priorities at? He needs to solve the problem within Dinka people. The things that are happening within what do you call what are those people? The people that you guys are Dinka and they're always fighting over, not Nuer. The other people they talk Murle. He needs to solve that problem, brother. You know, but I'm just saying. Those are the problems he needs to solve. You see, and guess what?
It's not even confined to Dinka alone. It's Murle is terrorizing everybody.
No. But when
you give up your cattle or all the property. Or Murle can come after you. So everybody.
What I'm saying is when it comes to Salva, I don't care that he's the president. I don't care the fact that he's Dinka. I don't care if he's Shuluk or Nuer or Ikitoya. I don't give a fuck. But the thing is, how are we being ruled? You see what I'm saying? How are we being governed? The right way, the truth. Everybody is under what? Under the truth, brother. Nobody gets out of that line. And if we look at it that way, now that's my president. But if this guy out here, over here going solving foreign issues. That's foreign issues, not even South Sudan problem. We have a lot of problems. Schools need to be built. Hospitals need to be built. There's governors that need to be indicted. They need to be put in the trials. Those people need to be they're not in trial. And then this guy's getting what? He's getting what? And medal from the Arabs. And now it contradicts what people used to say about Dinka people. And then it's not even the Dinka people. Now it's the leaders now. So if Dinka people open up their eyes, brother, they're gonna see how much these so-called politicians is playing them. And what I'm saying is, right now, the only problem in South Sudan, the war haven't started, war, is because Dinka people still believe in the Salva Kiir's what do you call regime. They believe it's for them. It's believe is their people, and when I'm saying this, brother, because
now you are narrowing down to blaming the Dinka.
No, I'm not. It has nothing to do with the Dinka people are being misled. That's what I'm saying. They're being misled by the president. Like if you look at the president's action, you see, and that's the same way when I speak.
You don't even need to bring in, if you believe that this is not a Dinka government, then you don't even need to mention
I know it's not a government, a Dinka government, but they're hiding behind the fact that it's a government, a Dinka government. And then when you want to challenge the government, Dinka people feel like you're challenging the Dinka people.
No, that's not true.
Okay, no, that's from your point of view, brother. You know, you and I, we have two different point of views, but other people they think different as well. But all I'm trying to say is it's simple. This guy gets an award for going to his master's house to solve the master's house problem, and then they need to be raised, brother. There's people that they need food right now with all this coronavirus, brother.
I agree.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's why
all these infrastructural development need to be delivered to our
So when you call,
we all agree, there's no doubt. And this brings us to the question of national debt and economic and financial crisis, systematic corruption. Yeah. So I was supposed to ask you the same question. Anyway, we exhausted the other question.
Go ahead.
So let's move to the issue of corruption. I mean, the national debt and economic and financial crisis in our country. What do you think are the factors contributing to this economic and financial downfall in our country, as well as this alleged national debt? This is what I think you might have been watching the show that was hosted today by Edward Ashik. You know Edward Ashik, right?
Oh, the one with Thomas Cirillo?
Yeah, Voice of the People.
Okay, I saw that, but at the same time, I never like a politician. I don't care where they come from, even if it's my dad. You know that, because the truth is simple, brother. You know,
I like you are independent.
Yeah, because if we have a budget, brother, if the budget is for this, this is the budget for this. You see what I'm saying? There's no need for fancy word finance and all that shit, dude. If the money's for the fucking road, get the fucking road done. You see what I'm saying? What does the road need? Why are we cutting shortcuts? What I'm saying is, like, for me, if this is for this, let's just do it this way. Case closed. You see what I'm saying? No need to sugarcoat shit. Talking about I don't have enough money or I need a car. Dude, you fucking don't need a car. You know what I'm saying? As a politician, and I'm not even complaining about the extra treatment. But the
issue is not because they don't even have money. The very same ministers that are holding this respective ministerial portfolio are the one running away. They can go and design a contract there, and then when they get budget for that particular ministry, and then that minister will start going away with the chunk of money.
And that's why we need. That's why we need.
This is how they are laundering the public money. This is how they are embezzling South Sudanese money.
We need.
At the same time, they turn around and blame everything on Salva Kiir Miyardit.
And that's what. Yeah, and that's why I say we need a separate judicial system where like the police. And then when I say the police, I want to do it the right way, brother.
And we have to be honest, brother Dawood. That's where Salva Kiir Miyardit go wrong. I can agree with you on this.
No, not where he went wrong.
And he's not actually taking accountability.
No, but it's by design, brother. As a president, no, but you got to look at it too. I see a lot of people being hard on Salva Kiir too. As a president, brother, you got to understand. You got to trust everybody below you. You really have to, because you can't just go check every single thing. I know that, and that's why I say, in people that are in the government, we all need people that hold each other accountable.
Absolutely. And that's why, I can support the president. However, that does not mean I have to condone everything bad he's doing. I have to call him out and say, Mr. President, you are wrong like this and this and that, right? This is how we have to be smart in correcting each other. Instead of just cheering on somebody you support or somebody you're loyal to without correcting him or her. That's not good. We got to be realistic. You know?
So we need to,
when I defend him for being awarded the Peace Prize, I believe he's a peaceful man. Even throughout his military career, he's known for that.
Dude, come on, man. Okay, no, listen, that's mockery, brother. That's mockery. We have problem at home right now.
It's not a mockery. It's reality.
It's mockery, man. And you see, and that's what
He's
people need
what
to.
that peace tribe.
No, seriously, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, what is this guy down here? Is it Chen? I get a maker
Who?
or Makur? The Makur or the Maker?
What's his name? Where?
Chen Makar?
Where is he located at? I don't know. I don't see where are you reading?
I'm reading the comments on the Facebook Live.
Oh, I don't know. I don't see.
No, but it's okay. It's not a problem, man.
Did somebody comment or what?
Yeah, there are people commenting down here.
What is the last name of that person?
It's Maker.
Oh, I don't know. I don't see that comment. So what did he say then?
No, he said something. Who's the name of the speaker? Yeah.
Oh, the guy that was asking you, right?
I don't know if he's asking me, but I don't care, But
yeah, I think his name is Munir. Munir, he was asking you what is the name of that guy. I don't know.
Yeah,
they can see your name there. Your name goes by Dawoodi. Go ahead.
Man.
Yeah.
So
Dawoodi, let us examine the factors that contribute to the economic and financial downfall in our country, which actually contribute to
it just
economic crisis.
But what I'm saying is, like,
what do you believe according to your experience?
I mean, I don't. For me, I feel like we're doing something wrong, because if we do something right, we wouldn't have these problems. You see, because there's mismanagement somewhere. I can't point fingers because pointing fingers is gonna get us nowhere. So how can we just solve the problem and move forward? But with South Sudan, with South Sudan, we got time, but I'm just saying people will wake up, and then when people wake up, it's gonna be a different story, man. It's gonna be a different story, but yeah, man, when it comes down to everything, man, I gotta take it easy, brother. You gotta take it easy on yourself because all the stuff that's going on in South Sudan is way out of our hands, man. We can come here, talk about it all day, all night, but nothing's gonna get done. You see?
Okay, let me help you out so you can actually join me in the same analysis. What I believe is actually contributing to economic and financial crisis or downfall in our country. First of all, it starts with the rampant corruption spree. I believe majority of this government officials, starting from the national government all the way to the governors of our respective state across the region, are contributing to the corruption spree in our country. And you know what they do with this when they corrupted this money, when they steal this public money, they do not save that money in the national banks. They don't save the money. They don't even open a bank account and save the money in the bank account. All they do, they just loot the money, go and store it in their houses. So that's one factor. At the same time, another factor, when these corrupted government officials, when they steal this public money, they don't spend it in South Sudan. They take this money outside the country. The very same government official are the one taking their children outside the country. They go and say they're going to take them to good school, maybe in Kenya, in Uganda, in Egypt, maybe in Sudan, maybe in Ethiopia, or maybe in Congo, DRC, or any other international country whereby they may take their family to. They're also spending this money outside the country, in terms of medical treatment, in terms of educational paying school fee, in terms of renting outside the country, or maybe buying houses. So they're paying mortgages outside the country. So that means you are economically and financially depriving your economic prosperity of your own country. If government officials can do this, what else can the other average citizen do? The same average citizen, majority of them are not in the work. They're not in the workforce because we don't have so many private sector that can employ our people. The same time, we have these foreign investors. They come to our country. They come and invest in their business there. They make their money. They save their money in cash. They afford this money back to their country. So that means we are actually outsourcing our currency or our hard-earned money. Then it is being spent outside the country. Okay, how do you expect the economy to prosper? How do you expect the economy to prosper when you are actually outsourcing your own money? Which you were supposed, that's why there must be economic and financial regulation governing
but you
the
can understand
regulation or the circulation of the money. That is
but
why you see here in America, when you send overseas, you must not exceed the $10,000 per year. You know why America do that? It's because they are regulating. They want to control the sending of money outside the country. But that is based on individual spending. So, for instance, I do send money outside to my family outside the country. Yeah. So the rules is being set out there. So they monitor me, because when I go send the money, they ask for my ID, and they know in the system how much money am I sending outside the country. Or if these are the organizations run by the Somalian, then they give them a restriction, a certain amount they can send, because they cannot actually track their financial transaction. But they can just they can charge that organization or that agency that you are being regulated to send this maximum amount per year. If you go beyond that, they will block you, or they will fine you for violating the law. This is how America controls their currency being taken outside the country, because they want to protect the economy. You understand?
Yeah. So let me.
That's one of the reasons.
Yeah. Let me
contributing to economic and financial downfall in our country. So that's why we cannot prosper economically in our country. That's my take.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm saying is, like, when it comes to this so-called spending money in the foreign country, I don't have problem with that. Your money is your money. You see what I'm saying? But then when you take something that's not yours, well, it's not even that. So when it comes to last time when I was talking about law, with law, there's a lot of loopholes. You see, the way laws are written, they're written very poorly. They're written very poorly, and they enforce it according to.
Not because they are written poorly. They are there, but they don't practically implement those laws. They don't apply them.
They're written poorly, because if they wasn't,
the same government officials are the one violating those regulations.
Because they know how. Yeah, they know they know how to bend those laws. Like, for example, they'll say, "Oh, I need this is part of my allowance." Dude, nobody cares. Oh, this is to repair my house. But by law, yeah, they can do it. But if you sit back and look at it, it's just like this world we're in, brother. The people need to open their eyes, because if the people get whatever they deserve. You see what I'm saying? You get what you deserve in this country, in this world we live in. And if you look at what's going on in South Sudan, the people are very ignorant of the law. People don't know their laws. People don't know their own rights.
I send you the link. The link is there. You can press the link and join us.
Our people are very ignorant when it comes to the law and to their own rights. You see, like, for example, like, if police catch you, they beat you without even evidence. That's ignorance right there. You see, so the whole country is full of ignorant people. It's civilized versus uncivilized, and that's why the country is running the way it is. And then so-called the people that are in the government, they think they're civilized, so then therefore they use the people. That's why you see their kids get better treatment. Their kids get good education, but then everybody there are acting like they're lunatics. And guess what? It's suiting their problem, because if people keep fighting,
their own children do not agree with them.
What do you mean? No. Don't get that wrong, brother. Because you can't. If I'm living in a castle and I act like I don't agree with my dad, you gotta be stupid, man. These kids, man, don't believe them, man. These kids are dude. These kids are so fucked up. Like, even here in America,
children are educated. They are educated in a civilized world.
No, it has nothing to do with education, brother. It has nothing to do with education, because they feel like it's their right.
They shy away from criticizing their family members.
Yeah, no,
that's how they survive.
No, they feel like it's their right to steal that money, to take that money. They feel
they don't. That's not what they believe.
Come on, Billy. Okay. Oh, so you're one of them now, or what's going on? Because I don't think you are. But listen, I'm saying.
I'm not one of them. I never accept my feet.
No, but but all I'm trying to say is, like, yeah, they might come here, act like they don't agree with their dad, but guess what? They're still fucking living in the same house. They're still fucking getting the car from the dad bottom with so-called Sudanese money. You know, and not just you. Even I know.
It is being said you cannot criticize the hand that feed you, right?
No. These kids need
members.
As I said,
how they understand they are the one looting the country. They'll be like, okay, it's okay, but in their heart, they believe this is not the right thing.
No, what do you mean in their heart? I don't care. No, I don't care about their heart. Is what are they doing? You see, These people, like as I said, man, we need to have a new government system where every politician that ever stole money, they all need to be prosecuted, and their kids get the fuck out of this government house. And that's what we need. And the so-called degrees need to be questioned. We really need to do that, because if we don't do that, we're not going to have equal South Sudan. Because guess what happened? When peace comes, brother, all these politicians, right, and their kids, guess what? They already got a head start in life. You see what I'm saying? So they're going to be still ruling the people, man. They're still going to terrorize the poor people. They're still going to use laws because they already got education. They know how to manipulate the people. So these people, we need to put them in the law, bro. We all like it has nothing to do with tribe. We need to put everybody down in the law. They need to face charges. They really need to, brother. Because if we don't do it that way, it doesn't matter if they're in USA. It has to be like an international thing, brother. Because if it's an international crackdown on corruption, brother, I swear we'll have like, dude.
You should also understand we get discriminated as well.
No,
we go to South Sudan today and we say we want to introduce this,
professional system. No, we're not gonna say that. It's gonna be
system.
No, it's gonna be
discriminate us. They will not allow us to be in that position.
No. Well, no, it has nothing to do with that position. I'm saying this is gonna be a separate entity, a separate government where we talk to the president directly, and he just gives us the names of those people. We pull up on these people. We do investigations. We show up. Yo, we gotta go. You face international criminal court for what? Corruption. Like it's because I feel like this got to be an international crime. So when you cross South Sudan, now is an international problem. You need to be prosecuted. That's the new system that's gonna happen.
Okay,
and
that is the question: why didn't the international community prosecute people like Honorable Fagana Mumis here?
Because
he bought a million mansion here in Colorado, United States of America. Nobody questioned him. At the same time, he's the one colluding with he become a political lobby here in Washington. He's the one lobbying for the regime change. So imagine, look how ridiculous the government of the United States is. Colluding with the very same people that are looting the country, and at the same time, they are the one issuing economic sanction against some individual, the suspect of rampant corruption in the country.
No, this economic
hypocrisy.
Economic sanctions, they don't work, brother. What I'm saying is like this law, there's loopholes, and that's why we need to write the law based on the truth, brother. Like if this is wrong, this is wrong. There's no way to justify it. Don't fucking take it. Don't take it. No, there's nobody cares about your house. Your house is your house. Because we need to stop paying government officials over a certain amount of money. These guys need to get paid just like a guy who works at McDonald's, brother. So then we have a true politicians and no corruption. And no corruption, man. That's what we need, bro. Don't even fucking pay me, brother. I'll fucking do the job for free. But that's what we need. We need people that are willing to fight for the country for the right reason. I don't care what your race is. I don't care what your tribe. As long as we're willing, we're fighting for the truth. And that's what we need in South Sudan. That's what we need here in America. That's what we need all over the world. That's what we're missing, brother. Good people are not in power. People with voice are people that are actually lying. And that's why. And that's why.
Exactly what I told you.
Yeah, and that's why. Yeah,
the children of these government officials, they are well informed, they are educated, and they are civilized, and they feel like they want to reform the system like the way we envision it. As those of us who come to Western world and have the Western world concept of how a government is run or how anything is being run, any institution, but their hands are actually being tied behind them.
It's not, bro. It's not, brother. They're not, brother. Just simple. Like if they want to live, if you want to live by the truth, there's a price to pay. You got to leave everything that's false behind. And that's why it's hard for people because people feel like the truth. Like even with me, like the journey till I come today, it's not just overnight, brother. It's when I chose to do the right thing. That's when I chose. Absolutely. But the thing is, most of our people, man, they're corrupted. Their heart is bad. They're negative. They're jealous people. You see? And that's a problem. We need people that actually don't care. Like when I see you doing your thing, I'll be like, man, I'm happy for you, brother. I'm truly happy for you. I'm actually like, it brings joy to my face. Like, man, this guy's doing something. But these guys, they don't see that. And that's a problem, brother. The people up there, they're full of greed. It's in their DNA.
I understand you, Brother Dawood, but the problem is exactly these are the old guard, these are the old veterans. You know, they don't understand the system, and they are so scared to see this young generation
Yeah.
that actually have acquired a Western world education, or those who have went to school in Eastern Africa, and they went to good school, they understand the system, how the institutions are established and how they are run. You know, and when you try to join the very same government, so that you can actually introduce, you know, a credible institution that can actually facilitate a successful government operation, then they start lobbying against you and say, you know what, these are not the people that we want.
Of
They
course.
even have got to say, you know, they have to give foreigners the opportunity to come and serve in the very same government,
Well,
while
yeah.
they are rejecting the very indigenous qualified citizen of that country.
Mhm.
That is very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, and but the thing is, that's what I was trying to tell people. The people that are in power, they're so-called demonic people. These guys, their soul, I think they lost their soul already, brother. That's why when you come, I don't know if you ever met
And you know why they're doing that? Because they're protecting the
the
rampant
interest.
corruption spree.
Yeah, of course. Like I don't
It
know.
is a strategy to protect this rampant corruption spree. You
Yeah,
know,
and
because they
I don't
know
know.
that you are coming with a professional system that is actually going to expose accountability and transparency in the system. They don't want that.
Yeah,
So
and
you are not being blocked, and that's why we people who come from diaspora are being discriminated in the system.
no, well, the thing is, like, if we're coming from diaspora, we can't look at it as like they're not. No, I understand why they're doing what they're doing, but at the same time, we need to have an open floor of talking, expressing our ideas.
What open floor are you talking about? If you start criticizing the very same government official, immediately or instantly you will see a security man showing up, and you will end up being handcuffed. If not
No,
being handcuffed,
no,
they
that's
can
not
go
what.
and ambush you somewhere else, and
No,
then
but
at
what? No,
in the
but
early morning will be found
no,
lying somewhere at the dead corpse.
no, but what I'm saying is, like, when it comes to the truth, brother, it doesn't matter if you live in
It's
USA.
complicated.
No, when it comes to the truth, it doesn't matter if you live in USA or you live where, brother, because you always gonna follow the right thing. But I'm saying is like, but it's pointless. Okay, for example, the people in USA that got a job back home. Remember, sir? There's some people that went from here, went back home to South Sudan after
I
the war,
know,
right?
and they got frustrated. I know many of them. Many of
Okay.
them are holding master degree. They've been to South Sudan, but they left United States here with the same mindset that I'm going back to South Sudan and I'm going to go and impact any reforms or any change. But all of a sudden they end up being frustrated, and then they came back. Either they
No,
give up, they come back, or some of them choose to persevere and get along with the same culture of corruption is free.
yeah,
So
well,
the
because
corruption start all from the top to the bottom, or from the bottom to the top.
no, well, that's what I was
These have
trying to say.
become a culture.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. That's why I say the whole system is not made for regular people. It's just made to take our money at the end of the day, and we can't talk about it. You see what I'm saying? And that's why we need a whole new system. We need a whole new system where everybody is under a law. Everybody. When I say
But the
like, if
question
I
is,
wake up,
how do we establish a whole new system when in fact you are being blocked
we need to tear it all down.
from getting into the system?
We need
Okay,
to
but
tear it
how
down.
do you tear it down? How do you tear it down?
If you're asking for advice, brother, this is not the right time to talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to give you that's why everything is sophisticated here. It's
No, it's not.
complicated on the
Because
ground. That's why
no,
people cannot impact any positive change, because
I feel
everything
like
is being
our,
blocked
no,
in
our
every
problem is
avenue,
our problem
in
is
every
we want to
aspect of the
use.
life.
Yeah, we want to use the same formula they have. No, that's not what we need to do. It's like people need to have a change of heart though. At the end of the day, I obviously I speak passionately about these kind of issues, but when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, we're all good people, but we're just making poor choices. You see, it all comes down to we're good people, but we're making poor choices, and most of the choices we're making is out of our own greed, out of our own ego, out of our own pride. So whatever we do from negative side of our hearts is gonna show into the whole country collectively. You see, because
Well,
go ahead.
basically or fundamentally speaking, we have to identify who are the source of this mindset, who are the source of this ideology that actually undermine the prosperity and the progress of South Sudan when it comes to corruption is free, or when it comes to this so-called national debt or economic and financial crisis, which actually is plummeting our country to a wrong direction, it all falls on the old guard. And these old guard are those whom I can refer to as, the veteran, the freedom fighters, because they don't understand the system.
Yeah.
But there are some educated individuals that actually work as a political subordinate. They are the same people that got influence, and they are the one practicing the corruption. And then when they come and hire the other senior or junior people coming into the system, they still teach you the same culture of practicing the same mindset of corruption. So that's why corruption is rampant everywhere. And nobody can say he's immune from corruption. But it depends on individual. For instance, if I were to become a governor of my state today, what I will do, that's where I will be able to get into the system. And then I have to establish my own political impacts or the change that I can bring or that political transformation I want to
They'll take you out. They will take you out. They will take you out. They will take you out.
And set my own example.
They will take you out, brother. These guys will take you out, believe it or not.
Okay, now you're right. You're right. They will take me out because they don't want to see that a nice person want to bring about a real change. No, but I have to make sure I do it. Just to give an example.
No, but what? Yeah, I know the example you give is really
good. It will cause me that position, so be it.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is like,
honor me because I believe a time of democracy will come, and I believe I'm going to stand before the better same people, and I know how I'm going to deliver my message of change and transformation.
Yeah, and what do you call it?
Well, people are watching.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm saying is like, in order for us to change anything, right? Like politics, change the way of life, we need to have a collective mindset. You see, but if we
do, I believe we do have the collective mindset that the system is not right. However, we are being undermined by this idea of this hate speech or this tribalism, propaganda warfare being made related to the outside there. It's actually undermining our unity. That's why we keep telling people you need to stop the idea of radicalizing tribe to go against the other tribe. Let's be united and let's focus on one particular threat.
But when you say let's unite, people misunderstand that, because people, their heart's in the wrong place. When you say let's unite, right? When I say unity, for example, I truly mean be the best you can be and use the truth as your compass. And guess what? Don't worry about anybody else, because everybody that with the truth using the same thing will be next to you. You see what I'm saying? And that's a right way of unity. Treat everybody fair and be as honest as you can, and lead by example. Yeah, if we do that, brother, a lot of us in this world, we can change the world. But if we think about, like, for example, like that's why when people say Equatoria, for example, dude, all our hearts are not in the same place. If you say Dinka people, for example, within Dinka people, there's clans fighting each other, brother, because not everybody has the same goal. Somebody wants this, somebody wants that. It's not that, brother. The truth is, if we start leading by the truth, doing the right thing, treat other people the way we want to be treated, brother, we can actually walk up to South Sudan and be like, we don't want this government anymore. And guess what? We'll even all take turns being president. Because as long as we're running the country the right way, brother, anybody can be the president. Literally, the problem is people want to fight for the name. That's ego and pride, brother. Like for me, I don't mind being the president, but don't even show my face, brother. Don't even put my name, brother. Call me Salva Kiir, man. I don't care. It's not for the name, brother, as long as we run the country the right way. But our people, brother, really, we're all misguided. And it's not that we're misguided. I feel like everybody's blind in a way, but I can't blame them either, because whatever it is, it's taking.
Brother Dawood, I feel you.
Yeah. That's why I feel like, whatever
the way you present yourself, I can feel you are actually saying this from the bottom of your heart. And this is how you can begin to trust someone. But to my personal experience, we have all come to believe that most of us now, we have mistrust among ourselves as South Sudanese because of this toxic atmosphere being propagated by some radicalists or some extremists, tribal extremists or regionalists, intoxicating the atmosphere with this idea of preaching hate speech against a certain tribe. This make everybody to relax and sit back. You know, even if you feel you are a patriotic nationalist, you feel like, okay, you don't want to say anything anymore. And then just watch and relax. Because it's like everything is out of control. Then we can do nothing about it. But in reality, this is exactly what is causing mistrust among us as South Sudanese. But if we continue to engage in a dialogue like the way you and I are actually going back and forth, you know, we can reach understanding.
Of course.
People don't want to open up. Some people are easily driven by emotional motive, and then they just end up yelling and everything. Like, okay, at the same time, you have no option but to give up and just watch anyway.
Yeah.
Or some people may not have no choice but resort to your tribal cocoon. So you
okay, like
anyway,
what do you call it?
Yeah,
like,
I understand you, man. You're such a honest person. You can be trusted. If I give you a position today, I know I can work along with brother. And
that's what, and that's what I was telling my cousins this. I was like, if I ever, you know, if South Sudan really want to give me a position, I just want to be the judicial.
I believe one day you will make it.
Yeah,
you will make it,
the judicial prosecutor. I want to enforce South Sudan Constitution, South Sudanese laws to the T. I don't care who the president is. The president will face charges. I don't care. Like, and the thing is, and with when it comes with a lot of responsibility like that, you know, if he falls in the wrong hands, they'll abuse it too. You see what I'm saying? And that's why even I'm scared of that kind of power. You see, but man, yeah, let's let the brother talk, man. Simon.
Yeah, Simon, just tune in. Yeah, we're gonna let him talk. You are absolutely right. And that's why we need to continue with this kind of conversation, no matter how some people don't want to pay attention to this. But this is how we can gradually begin to change heart and mind. And people will come to their senses and know what? You can be able to reach a general consensus of our ideas. Like you now, I can trust you, Dawood. I know how you think from your heart. I can see, bro. You know, the same thing like I know Simon too. People gotta be realistic. But sometimes let us not taking it to the personal level whereby people just get emotional and, you know, then get carried away by emotion, which I understand sometimes, you know, it's okay.
And, you know, when it comes to the emotion thing, let me touch up on this real fast. When it comes to this emotion thing, right? I tell people when like, for example, when you see me get with you emotional, I don't get emotional because of my tribe. I don't get emotional because of Dawood. I get emotional because of the truth. You see what I'm saying, brother? Because as long as you use the truth as your compass, as your guide, you would never go wrong, brother. You would never fear 1,000 men, brother, because you're living by the truth. But then the thing is, everybody here weak, for example, like Amira, for example. Last time, about what, 3 months ago, I said she's getting paid from the government. And guess what? Now she's part of Gen Council. I said that shit. And then guess what? She would not even talk back to me because she knows that type of attention on a guy like me, I would destroy that nonsense of system they got going on. The people need the truth. The truth falls in the ears of the people, of the beholders, brother. The truth is,
and that is an hypothetical blame.
Yeah, and that's why.
Which is not personal anyway. Which is not.
No, and that's why. Yeah, and that's why you see those.
Just like it's nearing game politically.
Yeah, like that's why when you see those big so-called big time, those so-called big time politicians, bro, they don't talk to people like me because they know if you give me that attention, the truth gonna fall in everybody that you've been fooling's ears, and then they will know who you are for your true colors. Because I don't lie to the people. I tell them on how to look for lies, because it's all over the place, brother. Yeah, man. Let Simon speak, man. Go ahead, Simon.
Yeah, Simon, welcome. You can have a say.
Thank you, guys.
I think you understand the topic. The topic was about Salva Kiir Miyardit, deserved the Peace Prize award for Ghana Moon, blaming South Sudan on national debt, and economic and financial crisis on systematic corruption, of which he is a part of it. This is what we are actually examining. You know, I've been making, a mono dialogue all along, and then until brother Dawood and the other guy who just left, joined me. So I was already closing, but until Dawood came, and then, the talk just fired up again. So welcome. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. This is really something to me is controversial. People like Salva Kiir don't deserve any peace prize, because I don't see anything that Salva Kiir have achieved for him to deserve to get a peace prize. How can you make a peace in another country while your country is in a mess? Your
That's
people are in the refugee camps. Your people are in the internal displaced camps within your country. Within the city that you say you are a president in, people are locked up in UN camps. How will you deserve to get a peace prize? Unless something is turned upside down, then he can do that. Otherwise, to me, Salva Kiir don't really deserve. Unless if there's a peace, I mean, if there's a prize for people who destroy the countries, Salva Kiir will be the first one to get it. Okay? Because he has destroyed South Sudan. He has destroyed South Sudan. And look, like I always say, I'm not somebody against any tribe. For me, I love all the 64 tribes in South Sudan. But now Salva Kiir have destroyed actually the image of Dinka. The way people look at the Dinka, people look different at the Dinka because of Salva Kiir, the way he managed that country, the way he brought in his inner circle in the government. It will make other people look like this government belongs to Dinka. Now, to me, after today, I don't call it a Dinka government. Even though there are some people calling it that way, I don't call it. And that's why I say I am not going to give credit to Dinka, because we all fight for that country. It's not only Dinka. All of us, we have sacrificed so much into that country. And that's why when the people vote, it was not only Dinka. Every single South Sudanese vote for the separation of the country to become a country today. So all the South Sudanese, the 64 tribe in South Sudan, deserve to get all the equal rights and the equal treatment that they're supposed to be treated in that country. But because of Salva Kiir and his inner circle and some few people who just try to manipulate his mind, is that why today South Sudan is in mess. But, you know, there are some, I mean, like, there are some Dinkas that are actually destroying the country and is scaring some of the Dinkas to speak out, okay? They make some of the Dinka that even they are right to, they're supposed to criticize Salva Kiir, they're supposed to speak out for what Salva Kiir is doing, but they're afraid. They are afraid that if they speak out, their family members will get killed. Their family members will get tortured. Their family members will be in trouble. For example, I will give you one, okay? I don't know if you see the video. I'm sure you have seen the video of Nicholas, okay? Nicholas, the guy in Australia, Nicholas Emmanuel. He was instructing Akwach Wall when she was in Juba to go to J1 and to go to the highest security organ to go and to tell them, to find out who is providing the information to Edward, okay? And any person that's having Edward's phone number should be traced. And you know, such a things, it make people actually to be scared. Even some, like for example, there may be some friends of Edward who are even Dinkas, okay? And now if they have Edward's number, those people can be in trouble easily, that they are the one providing the information to Edward, you know? So those kind of things, actually, it is not the right thing. And if those kind of behavior continue, those people like Nicholas, they are going to face the law in this Western world, because this Western world is not a joke. You try to do that, people can take you easily to the court and you can face it. Even people can go to FBI and FBI can investigate. They can check bank account of Nicholas. If there's any money coming from South Sudan to Nicholas, Nicholas can get in trouble. That means he's the one selling people. He's the one, anybody that go to South Sudan die, like Australian citizens that were killing South Sudan, they can easily be counted on him, that he was the one accusing those people for the government to kill them, or national security to go after those people. So we don't want to scare people. We you know, there's a speech, freedom of speech, like in the country we are living. You are free to say anything you want, Bilu. You can criticize the president. You can criticize your Senate. You can criticize your House of Representatives. If they are not doing what you want for what they want, I mean, you want, you can tell them what you're doing, you're not doing right, we will elect another person. And that happened. Like right now, in November 3rd, people are going to decide. If they are satisfied with what President Trump is doing, they will put him back in the office. And if they are fed up with what he's doing, they are not satisfied with his service, then they will vote him out and bring another person in. So we have a freedom of speech. We have a freedom of expression. We have a freedom of feeling. When you feel something is not done right for you, you have the right to speak. But when you speak, you are somebody accuse you because of speaking the truth, and now you are blacklisted, so that once you go to South Sudan, and then the national security can go after you and take you to Blue House, and just you lose your life like that. So those are some of the things. Salva Kiir don't deserve anything, because he's not even controlling the country. He's not doing the right thing that the country wants. So if Salva Kiir was a good president, and he's a president for everybody, he's supposed to, if anything, like some of the things I had Dawood was mentioning, you know, the Murle people have been fighting for a long time with the Boer people. And sometimes even the government supplying the Murle or supplying the Boer to go for these people to kill themselves. So if you are a government, how can you do that? How will you just try to make these people kill each other? Those are your citizens. Those are the people you become a president because of them. You are ruling them. And if you are making them killing each other, if we finish ourselves, who are you going to rule? You know? So that's why for me, I say Salva Kiir don't deserve any peace prize, to be sincere. Unless the prize for the destruction, then he's number one to get it.
Okay, so I should answer back to you.
Go ahead.
I believe the President Salva Kiir Miyardit was actually given an award, Peace Prize award, based on the justification that he was the one responsible for brokering the peace deal between the North Sudan and the rebel leaders in Chumal, Sudan. And this peace award was actually granted to him by the Universal Peace Federation, which is an international and interreligious organization that is actually supporting the peace effort around the world. So I believe
we can't hear you. We cannot hear you, Bill.
Yeah, we can hear you, Bill. Look, I don't know, something happened. Your voice cannot.
No, his thing is on mute. Okay.
Oh, I was mute. Sorry. I was mute. No, I thought you were. I thought you were listening to me. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, brother.
So what I was saying,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I was saying is that you can hear me now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So what I was saying is, President Salva Kiir Miyardit deserves Peace Prize because he is the one responsible for the presidential effort, which actually led to brokering of this peace deal between the Northern Sudan and the rebel leaders. So that is why he was being awarded this Peace Prize by the Universal Peace Federation, which is actually an international and inter-religious non-governmental organization that support the peace around the world. So that is something that was being made out of discretion without being influenced by anyone. So if anyone have a question about that awarding to President Salva Kiir Miyardit, I don't understand why. Because
wait, what do you mean you don't understand why? Billy, let me jump in. I'm coming.
Let me finish it first.
Okay, go ahead.
He was actually being awarded the Peace Prize based on the peace deal that he brokered between the Northern Sudan and the rebel groups. So he deserved to be appreciated for that. When it coming to South Sudan, President Salva Kiir Miyardit, he also deserved to be given an award as well. Why? Because, you know, these rebel leaders and this political opposition, they have been rebelling back and forth. And as a matter of fact, Salva Kiir Miyardit has been very peaceful, accommodating all these warlords all these rebel generals, you know, and bring them back to the government, embrace them, and put them in a higher position in the military and in the position of the government, and then also providing them money, a lot of money. But still, they keep rebelling back and forth, despite the fact that these rebel leaders, they are bloody hands. You know, they have committed so many human rights atrocities against these innocent people of South Sudan. But still, the president accommodates them anyway, embrace them, and accommodate them in the government in terms of higher position in the military and in the government. And at the same time, giving them money. So Salva Kiir Miyardit has been a peaceful man because he has been offering them pardon and clemency, and also offering political and military amnesty to all these military generals and the politicians. But still, they never stop. They never stop rebelling back and forth. So as a result of that, Mr. Simon and Brother Dawood, I think President is a man of peace, and he continues to be a man of peace.
Okay.
And as we speak, the suffering in South Sudan continue to go on and on and on as a result of these military leaders and the politicians, because they are the one undermining the peace. As you can see already, Simon Abui, there is a petition already circulating out there in the media calling for the withdrawal of this peace award to His Excellency General Salva Kiir Miyardit. That means these very same groups are actually acting as anti-peace elements, which actually can lead to destabilization of South Sudan. They want the country to go back to civil war, which is not in the best interest of the average South Sudanese. To make it final, you should also understand that this peace award given to President of South Sudan is actually inspiring to him in terms of South Sudan peace agreement, because this is actually going to inspire him, and he will be able to be encouraged in order to practically implement the revitalized peace agreement to the spirit. So this is why I welcome this peace agreement, this peace award to President Salva Kiir Miyardit, because this is actually inspiring, and it is going to instill him to practically implement the revitalized peace agreement of South Sudan. Thank you very much.
Hey, Billy, as I was saying, bro, as I already kind of like made myself clear earlier. Like it's like a slave going to take care of his master's house. You see what I'm saying? And they give him a little award for it. You see, and that's what's going on with Salva Kiir. You know, because he's still loyal to the government of South Sudan. If people don't know. That's a wrong
analogy. That's a wrong analogy.
That's not. No, brother. That's not an analogy, brother. That's not an analogy. You know, you can tell from the things he's doing, brother. He don't care about people. ABA, for example. And none of you guys see it. And then now when the problem is in the Khartoum, guess what? Oh, just like a good slave, he runs over there. And then guess what? Guess what white America did? You know what? Let's give Salva Kiir a fucking prize. That's what's happening. Dude, people need to open their eyes, man. Where this guy, we're being led by a slave. And then,
by the way, Dawood, who can actually challenge this Universal Peace Federation, when in fact this is an international organization?
No, but you got Billy. Okay. So, let me touch up on this. When you said it's an international organization, you said it's a non-government. Dude, what do you mean it's a non-government? And anybody can write something saying it's non-government, and anybody can write a federal, and it's not even federal. You see? So people need to open their eyes, man. Like, dude, when we talk about money and prices, man, it's all the same place. It all comes from the same place. You're doing the devil's work, they'll reward you. And that's what's happening with Salva Kiir. They're rewarding him because he's doing the right thing. He's fucking up the country, and he's gonna go over there and fix his master's problem. You see, Salva Kiir need to be in jail next to Omar al-Bashir Zat. You see what I'm saying? But not because of his dinka, because he's fucking corrupting the South Sudan, man. But you know, I don't want to get all like angry because of this, but it's all love at the end there. But when people,
I understand your frustration, and I understand. I understand. Like earlier, I agree. When it comes to management malpractice, you know, all this negligence to the rule of law is the reason why these corrupted officials that are responsible for the economic and financial collapse in our country, or their downfall, is because these corrupted officials, they get away with the crime and they never get prosecuted for what they have done. So that is what we can blame Salva Kiir Miyardit.
Let me say
but
something
when it
here.
comes to peace, he is actually a peaceful president, and he deserves an award.
No, it's not. Let me dispute this. You know, there's some few stuff you say here, and I have to be very serious. Okay,
it's red flag, right?
First of all, you're talking about people rebelling in the country. Those generals, why do they rebel? Why will somebody just rebel? Do you think that these people, they just wake up the following morning and they say, you know what, I have to be a rebel in the bush? No, because of something bad happened to them. Something is not right. That's why people are keep rebelling against him. If he could have fixed the problems, nobody could rebel again. But because of the continuation of the problem, that will continue to happen, and that's why you see everybody continue to rebel. Second thing is, the problem, you cannot fix the problem with the problem. Salva Kiir actually is encouraging people to defect. All this rebellion, it is Salva Kiir that is encouraging it. Because when somebody rebel, okay, somebody went to the bush against Salva Kiir, you come back, you are given a rank, you are given something. You are encouraging them to do that. If you don't want these kind of things to continue, you don't need to reward people. Somebody rebel, if they come back, you tell them, you know what, this is not what you rebel for. The rank that you leave the country, the same rank I will return you with it. I'm not going to give whatever rank you promote yourself in the bush. I'm not going to give you that. You continue to stay with what you have. But because of today, if I'm just like I'm a captain and a rebel, I come back, I'm a major general, or I'm a mid or something. I come back, you put me to be in that position. What about the other person that I was under them? What do you think they think? Now I'm their leader. I'm up on them now. So that person not rebel again, so he can come back to be the same level with me or above me. So that's why the rebellion continue to happen in South Sudan. And this rebellion will not stop until we fix the problem of the country. Second thing, when you talk about corruption, actually Salva Kiir is corrupted himself. He corrupted the money of the country. The 75 people, the list of 75 people that he say he stole the money. Why did he not hold those people accountable for those money they take? He say writing letter for them to bring back. You are begging people, and you are the president of the country. You have the power, you have the authority to say, I need you to bring this, or you pay the price. If they don't bring it, take them to jail. Whatever country they are, you know you have a power as a president of the country. I can order somebody to be arrested from Kenya. If they steal my money, I will order as long we have a good security system to connect with that country. Somebody like United States, if you do something here in America, Canada, the Canadian government will still get you and hand you over to American government, and you will be arrested, brought back here in the United States, and get arrested and you go to court in America. But because Salva Kiir knows very well the list of 75 people, he's among them. Now, if you want me to bring mine back and you don't bring mine, those people are going to say, what about you, Salva? You took some money too. Why don't you bring yours back? His name is going to be exposed. So because of that, Salva Kiir is afraid. He don't want his name to be exposed on the list of 75. He will be the 76. So because of that, he just let that go. Okay? And that's why the corruption continue. And you say they are giving the money he's giving the money to people. Look at the soldiers. Those people, they are suffering 6 months with no salary. You get the man, maybe salary for 2 months, 3 months. You stay again another 6 months. And those are the people that are protecting you. They are the one providing security for you. You don't give them the salary. Look at the United States. The police, the army, how they are treated. Even when somebody leave the military, they still have benefit. They can go to school for free. Those are the benefit because of what they suffer for. They go there to protect this country, and the reward for them is that they have to make sure if they want to go to school, they can go to school for free. GI Bill, they give them the money to go to school. That's their benefit. They pay them well so that they cannot corrupt, they cannot steal money. But because those people in Juba or those military, they are not getting paid. As a result, people steal the money. They steal the money from the government so that, from the people. That's why there's a lot of looting. People are getting killed day and night. There are a lot of gun and unknown gunmen because these people, they don't have enough salary. They have to do what, like you remember in Kenya, Moi was a president. The salary for the police was only 3,500 shilling. Okay, so they told them the rest you find on your own. How do I find it on my own? When South Sudanese were in Kakuma, you go into Nairobi, they say to Akitikidoko. So the police put roadblock everywhere to get the rest of their salary that they were promised. So they get the rest of the salary by corruption. So that's the same thing. If you pay them well, they will not do it. And because the army in South Sudan are not getting paid, now you create an unknown gunman. These people have to they have to go and take the money from civilians. They have to kill people to rob them to get the money so that they can survive, so that their family can survive. You know, so those are some of the things that bringing problem to South Sudan. The last thing, okay, when you're asking about you as a president of the country, okay, you are a president of the country. You have your children. Their nationality are South Sudanese citizens. But now, because they are studying in another country, they've been in that country for a long time. Will you ask another country to give a citizenship to your children? That means you don't even trust your country. Your hope is that once something happened to you, you'll go to that country and take a refuge because your children already, they are a citizen there. That's why Salva Kiir last time was asking the Kenyan government to give a citizenship to his children in Kenya so that his children become a citizen in Kenya. And if there's anything happen to him one day, that people kick Salva Kiir out, Salva Kiir will go to Kenya because his children are Kenyan citizens. He can live in Kenya peacefully. He has a property already in Kenya, you know. So like you guys were saying before, those general, they are having money, they invest in another country, they build, they pay mortgage in other countries. Why will they not do it? If my leader is doing it, I have to follow the footsteps of my leader. If my leader have a house in another nation, why? Because I know that my country is not safe. My leader think that this country is not safe. Anytime something can happen, so I have to do the same thing. And that's why you see all those generals, they are investing in foreign countries. They are building houses in Kenya, in Uganda, even some of them here in the United States, in Canada, in Australia, all over the world, because they don't trust that there will be everlasting peace in South Sudan. But if Salva himself could have built actually a good house that we see, this is Salva Kiir property in South Sudan, and he issued the same degree that, you know what, I don't care if you steal the money. All what I ask you is build the house here in South Sudan. Anybody that take the money and invest in foreign country, I will go after them. I will even tell that country to first to take their house out from them. But because it's not serious. So those are some of the children are below. So Salva Kiir actually don't deserve anything either from South Sudanese or from international community, unless international community they don't even know what Salva Kiir stands for or who Salva Kiir is. If they could have asked or they could have do survey on South Sudanese, they could have not even give that peace prize for Salva Kiir, because everybody could have rejected, because he don't deserve it. You know, why will you? Even right now, you're talking about peace in Sudan. Do you think Sudan is peaceful right now? Sudan is not even peaceful yet. So what kind of peace do we give to Salva? And now look at Amira. Amira is a civilian, okay? Amira went to Juba. Amira, when she was welcomed with the red carpet in Khartoum, she was welcomed like somebody so important in Juba. And she's just because she was defending the regime in Juba. And that's why she was welcomed that way. And I was hearing some rumors this afternoon. One of the guy called his family in Juba, and actually they say Amira have been given the rank of army general, you know. So why do you do those kind of things? Zola Alma Askeri Gubalkide, do she really deserve to be in that kind of things? She don't deserve anything. If you want to give her some money because she has been defending you and all that, that's okay. Give her some few thousands. Let her come back and enjoy, you know, because that's how it is. But by giving her, like, promoting her in the army and all that, what about Nasa Alfijesinak? Alkana Sakere? Oh, Amira Debra Gulu Talimat Lemunu. Will I listen to Amira? Salalana Guluri Delela Fiskunuf Sudan. Ana Jundi. Okay, Ana Jundi Fisaf. Ana Basuma la Amira. Salalubiga Gula Amira Sunu. Ana ma Basumalo. So this is the corruption level. The Salva Kiir, Ali Tumugulu, Salva Kiir is a good, he deserves this, he deserves that. No, he don't deserve nothing. There are some people that deserve to get it. Accent means Salva Kiir, you know.
Hello, Billy Luke.
Yeah. Achwok,
Hello,
welcome.
Billy Luke.
Yes.
Why you make the show boring? You don't let somebody preach like they preach the Bible without asking the question.
That's his turn. He has to speak
So
his
how
mind.
come?
Then I was about to respond now. Did you understand the topic?
That's not a country that you fix your mind.
Anyway, it is your turn. Just go ahead. Go ahead and give me.
Although I
give us your point. Forget him. If you want to respond to him, you can respond.
First of all,
yeah, I'm here. If you want to respond to me, you respond to me directly, and I can respond back to you.
Right.
Thank you. I will respond.
I think you are at work. Yeah, go ahead.
To you right now, and I will ask you the question. Yeah. What about Thomas Cirillo killing the people in the way of Muli? Is it a Salva? First question to you. Answer that question. Then
did Thomas Cirillo get a peace prize? I think you don't even understand the topic. You just came in and you asking wrong question.
No. I know you blame Dinga.
Nobody blames Dinga. Look, this is the kind of people I'm talking about.
Hey, brother,
those
nobody said anything about Dinga, brother.
Something without understanding and say I'm blaming Dinga. Did I call the Dinga name here? Be looking here. These things are recorded.
Look,
it's recorded. I never talk about Dinga.
Okay, you said the government of Salva Kiir.
So the government of South Sudan is the government of Dinga?
Hold on. I know. Look, you are from Equatoria. Am I right?
I don't care. I don't have a nationality.
No.
I'm not about the nationality. I'm a South Sudanese, and that's my stand.
No. You are from the Great Equatoria. Okay.
You see, those kind of people, you are the people that are dividing the country.
Those kind of people, I have the name. First of all, look, when we fought for this country, don't you call me those people. I'm not those.
Don't say we fought. Okay. Myself, I was in the bush as well. I fought for that country.
You were not in the bush as well. You was in
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
He's in the other bush, man.
You was in Uganda as well.
You are out of topic, please.
This guy doesn't know anything about it. You know what? I think you need to bring him in different forum. He doesn't know anything about South Sudan. He doesn't know anything about the topic. He's just jumping in and messing up everything.
I think he did not get the topic. That's why. Let's give him a benefit.
Read the Bible first of all and go ahead. Give me the knowledge. If you said I don't know the topic.
Yeah, the topic is, you know, I am here to end the awarding of His Excellency President Salva Kiir Miyardit with the Peace Prize by the Universal Peace Federation, which is actually an international, inter-religious, non-governmental organization that promote and support peace around the world. They awarded His Excellency President Salva Kiir Miyardit with the Peace Prize. And then the like of Simon and Dawood came up here, and they are saying that President shouldn't deserve the Peace Prize. And I have been very defensive all along the discussion that Salva Kiir Miyardit deserves the Peace Prize because not only does he deserve the Peace Prize for brokering the peace between the North Sudan and the rebel groups, but he also deserves Peace Prize in South Sudan because Salva Kiir Miyardit has been constantly embracing and accommodating the rebel leaders that have been rebelling back and forth ever since 2010 in South Sudan. So as a result of that, Salva Kiir Miyardit has been issuing numerous political and military amnesty and clemency and pardon to the rebel leaders and the opposition leaders who are bloody-handed because they committed so many criminal atrocities across our country. So President Salva Kiir Miyardit, being a man that accommodated the rebel leaders and the political leaders, should deserve the Peace Prize as well, because he's a man of peace and he has been accommodating peace. But the fact that peace does not progress in South Sudan is also being undermined by the very same political and military leaders that he always accommodated in his government. So that's why these rebel leaders always come. They are accommodated, given a higher rank in the South Sudan Armed Force, and the same opposition leaders are also given a higher rank in the South Sudan national government. So that is a token of peace. That is a token of someone that loves peace. So Salva Kiir Miyardit is known for peace, is known for tolerance, is known for patience, and that is why there is always that peace. But still, Salva Kiir Miyardit, he lied to appease the rebel. And we have been criticizing him for this, and that's why he's being perceived by the international peace organization as a man of peace. Therefore, I justify the fact that he deserves the Peace Prize. So, what is your take on that?
Look, first of all, Brother Dawood is one of the people who hate Dinka more than anyone. Because I'm follow Dawood from day and night time.
Wait, come on, brother. Hey, Dang.
Hold on, Dawood. Listen.
I'm gonna respond to Dang directly.
Hold on,
brother Dang.
Don't get hot. Just wait for me. Dawood is our problem as the Dinka. If we don't look Dawood with the two eyes and one mouth and two arms and two legs, we have a problem with this guy called Dawood. First of all, there's no show you will saw Dawood talking the light. He was in the darkness, seeing him begin the show to challenge the Dinka. That's number one. Dawood is lying. When you go to the Akim show, he was abusing all the Dinka. Dawood and Bashir, these two people from Great Equatoria, they are a problem. And we need to look this guy seriously. We need to put our eyes serious to Dawood. Dawood, you know what? I myself, I don't hate nobody. Whether you are from Equatoria, whether you are from Chuluk, whether you are from Anuak or 64 tribe. My problem is this. It's not the Salva Kiir is a problem. It's all the people like Thomas Kirillo as a problem of our nation. It's the people like Pagana Mom are a problem of our nation. The people who looting the money are a problem of the nation. No Salva Kiir, Bagasora. Bagasora was stealing the money to arm the people in the way of Nimili and Ye and Parjoks to kill our people. It's not Salva Kiir. Why? I get heard about this, you brother Dawood. I believe that's not real name. And I know you hit Dinka. Even if I go to your house, I cannot sit with you because you may kill me with all these Equatorian double. It's better that I will stay away, not even save my feet where you save your feet. Because we are thinking about you 24/7. I myself, I'm thinking about you 24/7. Dawood, you need to change your language. Because you know why? When I jump in the topic, Billy looks, it's because
welcome back, Dawood. I thought you ran away already. I thought you ran away.
Hey,
you almost run for your
brother.
life.
Hey, listen. Hey, I actually like Dang. Dang, you know what? I'm doing the right thing, brother. You know what? Because I'm changing.
No, you don't do the right thing.
You know I am, Dang. Dang, you know I'm right, Dang. Dang, you know I'm right. And then you know you my brother, brother. Don't deny it, man.
Let me help you out. You and Simon, you are not a threat. You are not a threat. And I thought you are targeting the wrong people.
Simon, look.
Maybe the right person you can actually blame for all this.
And Bashir,
let Dang talk. Let Dang talk.
Hold on. These people, really look.
Go ahead.
If you want it, bring us the show, live show, me and Dawood and this Simon. This is our header. This is the people who kill even our PhD holder being killed from poor area.
being killed by Dawood and Simon. These are people who had our people on the way.
Hey, Dan.
And you know, you lie in the Facebook here. We are a Southern Sudanese. We are a Southern Sudanese. And you kill our people. You collect the money here to kill our people back home.
Actually, these are innocent people. They never go to South Sudan.
No, they are not innocent.
And you know very well,
Look,
Simon is also a veteran too. He was in the SPLA with you.
No.
He's a veteran.
Listen.
Forget about Dawood because he's a little boy.
Let me intervene here.
But they
let
are
me say something here to this.
Hold on.
Yeah, Denkur, listen here. Listen,
Simon,
go ahead and finish your point.
Simon,
Then will come. I will give you a chance.
Yeah. Okay. All right,
what I would
go ahead,
like to say is this. Thank God that we are a black color. Thank God that we are born in the nation of Southern Sudan. Thank God that although you hit the name Dinga, you will not hit it in the dust. And it's good to know who you are, Simon and Dawood. What you guys preach all the time is not for peace. If I'm here in the United States, I cannot hit the people in the United States to move away from here because I'm here to survive here. Great Equatoria is our land. Jonglei area is your land. But you guys, brothers, you are preaching the problem. There's no one day you guys come, Simon, there's no one day you come and blame Thomas Cirillo. There's no one day you come and blame Bagasora. There's no one day you blame Pianas, Piamia, that in Great Equatoria say, Yangabu Jari Chambala. We do good there, we bellet. I'm really disappointed for this. When I saw them, I get scared. This feel like if I have again, let me show each other, we start shooting at each other straight away. Because you guys are a problem of Dinka. I'm not care about you blame Salva Kiir, but if you guys blame the Salva Kiir, not a Dinka, blame all the people who are in the leadership, I'm okay with it. I've been fought. I've been in Magui, I've been in Igtos, I've been in Parjok, I've been in Kiala, I've been in all the places in Equatoria. But you guys, brothers, you need to change your attitude. My advice to you guys, Dawood and Simon. Dawood, you are a big problem. Dawood, I feel like if I get Dawood,
yo, brother, the revolution is coming, brother. The revolution is coming.
Dawood, you will run. You will run. I swear to God. I swear to God. If I get you, Dawood, I don't know we will slap each other with the boxing or anything. That
we can set it up. We can set it up for charity.
Where you living, by the way? Where you living?
Where
you living?
Let me intervene here. Yeah, I get it. Denkur.
Oh my gosh.
Denkur, listen to me very careful.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, listen very careful. Sometimes you are blaming the wrong people at the wrong time. You don't really know me. Let me tell you, if you know me, or if you could have followed all my videos, I'm telling you, you will not say those kind of words. You will not say those kind of words. Biluk knows me. All the rest of the Dinka community, they know who I am. I grew up with the Dinka. I never have hatred in my heart. Let me be sincere. I myself, I work with.
Let me give you one word. There's one day you say you was been sick.
No, listen here.
Listen. And bring it to you. I listen to all your show all the time.
No, you don't listen. You don't listen. Let me tell you one thing, Adenkur. If you could have listened to my shows, or if you could have listened what I say, you could not blame me. I myself, I had a church. I plant churches in Dingabur community. Okay? Listen very careful. If you know one of the elder from Dingabur, he just passed away early this year. His name was John Mal. He's from Dingabur. I was working with John Mal. We plant 3 churches in Dinga community, in Dingabur community. I never have any hatred against Dinga people. Some of people like me get into trouble because of defending Dinga. Do you know that? Some of the people like us, we get in trouble for defending you, for saying that Dinga is not a problem. The problem is the government. We get in trouble for that. And here you are blaming me that I hate Dinga, I hate Dinga. I never have hatred against Dinga. Let me be sincere today to you. If you go back to my videos, there are some of the videos when I make my video and I was blaming Riek Machar for what he did in 1991 in the Dinga Bor and what he did again in 2013 in Bor. You will know that I'm somebody that really concerned about Dinga Bor. I concern about Dinga Bor more than any Dinga in South Sudan. But today you come here and you say I'm enemy. I'm against Dinga. I speak things against Dinga. I think you get the wrong person. You did not follow me. You did not follow me.
Okay,
Just go back.
Simon, let me say this, brother.
Go back to my videos.
Let me say this, brother.
Listen, Dekur. Listen.
Thank you for your input.
My profile, okay? Go to my profile and look for some videos that I did in the past and listen careful to them. You will realize and you will call me back. Okay. And you will say that I'm not somebody against Dinga.
Okay.
Yeah, Simon,
first of all, I will tell you this.
You can take it easy. I think he was just trying to mock you, but he didn't take this to his heart.
Let me say this, Billy Luke. Let me say this, Billy Luke. Simon, if I tell you something wrong and you didn't do it, I'm sorry. And that's the way we need to live like that. But somebody called Dawood.
Wait, I don't listen. I need to respond back to you first, brother. I'm not even. But come down with Dawood.
It's the wrong target. It's the wrong target.
No, but listen. No, but Billy. No, is it Billy?
Hold on, Billy. Look. Hold on, Billy.
All right, go ahead, Dave.
Hold on. If you was with John Mal, then I know you very well because you are a South African in Land Church.
Now you see, now he knows who I am. Actually, he knows me now. But before he was blaming somebody, the wrong person.
Yeah, with me, like,
I think Achwot is just mocking you guys. It's mocking you.
No, I don't know. No, it's not even about that. Yeah, there's no, with me, I have no problem with him, I have no problem. And it's whatever, things,
Now, do you know each other?
I don't know, I don't know, but what I'm saying is, remember, as long as I'm doing the right thing, I know I'm protected. But when I do something, you see what I'm saying? That's why I tell people, it doesn't matter who you are, brother. Say what you got to say, but as long as you line up with the truth. Because the truth, brother, in this world we live, in this demonic world, if you follow God and the law. I don't know why you get disconnected.
It says your device is not connected.
No, this message is too powerful for his network, brother. You need to understand that. So what's going on is, in this world that we live in, brother, when you follow laws and God laws, you'll always be protected. I remember I said, even 1,000 men can't touch you. So what I'm trying to tell is, Dang, his heart is in the right place. He's just misguided right now. But when he knows that we're brothers at the end of the day, brother, we're all gonna rejoice. But not, but if you feel like I'm an enemy, that's fine. I can't say he's wrong. He's right. Because that's what he sees. So it's okay. But when his eyes changes, he'll see the truth. But he's fine. I mean, there's no hard time, brother. Revolution does not come easy, brother. Change does not come easy. But if we're gonna do it, we want to make sure we hold people accountable. Like, if I'm doing something wrong, brother, put me in check. And I like that. But I'm just saying he was misguided. But maybe he knows something that I don't know. But it's actually, I kind of, it's like, so I'm a rock star within Dinka community, huh? I mean, I have a Dinka friends, but they never told me anything about this. Hey, Simon.
You know what, Dawood? The reality is this, Dawood. As long as you're speaking the truth, don't worry. Sometimes we get blamed for something that we don't deserve to be blamed. I myself, like, a lot of things happen. I don't agree with it. But still some people will label me in the wrong way. Like whatever happened in Washington, D.C. last time. Did I agree with that? No, I did not agree with it. Okay, I did not agree with that. Did I agree with the suppression of Equatoria? No, I don't agree with it. For me, I say it is better for us to fight until last minute. We want one country. We want to live in that country. It doesn't matter what. Nobody's living in that country. You know, Dinga belong to South Sudan. Equatorian belong to South Sudan. Nuer belong to South Sudan. All of us, we belong there. So nobody can tell me leave South Sudan. Leave to go where? That's where I was born, and that's where my parents were born. So I cannot leave South Sudan. I have to stay there. So whatever political things happening, it is just those high politicians. We are just killing ourselves for no reason. Like, for example, those army that are killing themselves, do they really get any benefit? No. Do their family, like, for example, Jesal Khan, fi zaman ta J1. Imagine for J1, zaman naska tulubadum for J1. Now their family, do you think that their family are getting compensated for what happened to them? No. Mafis all body grus le family tomon, but their family are all killed. So why do we crack our mind for something that we're telling the truth? When you speak the truth, keep speaking the truth. Don't worry about it, you know?
Man.
All right. All right, brother. Brother Dawood and Simon.
So I'm going to leave you guys because I'm Anna Feshokol, Anna Dra Sibitul, Anna Vijay Stimiritam Antani. I wish it was Saturday. I wish it was Saturday or Sunday. I could have stayed until to the end.
Okay. Next time, bro.
I will come with another topic Saturday. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Have a good day. Good night. Yeah,
So,
brother Dawood, we can actually don't take it to your heart. I know this guy.
Oh no, brother. I'm not taking anything to the heart, brother. You know, I know he means well though. He really cares about people, you know, but he just misunderstanding the message. That's all, man. You know.
Yeah. I have never come across you guys debating as well until it's kind of like he know you personally.
No, because people no. Well, because you know, every time when I go to your show, I go to Hakim's show, I go to everybody's show, you know. But people feel like, I mean, they know me through the shows, but they don't know me personally, you know. And
okay,
yeah, and people,
yeah, he was kind of like describing you. Maybe he mistook you for somebody else.
No, and I like how he said, no, Dawood, you know, like he's like, I don't know if you see, even down there.
That's what some people are saying down there too. They're watching you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So
they like your debate in a way. They like your
debate. I mean, yeah. It's not even about liking. It's all about just getting the truth out there. You know. I really like, and as I was saying earlier, I say that when it comes to this so-called the Dinka movement, is these people are being lied to. You know, like for example, when people go against the government, it feels like you're attacking the whole tribe, but it's not that, brother. You know, as we said, bro, I'm saying is like my Dinka brothers are being lied to. And the thing is, there's some Dinka people that see that, especially the so-called those people that fought in the war. You know, these SPLA members, bro. You know, they fought in the war and now they want to go back and like there's nothing for them either. You see what I'm saying? It's like a whole new Dinka people came in. It's like, yo, where was these people when we were fighting? You see what I'm saying? And that's something that people need to look into. You know, who are these people? Like, for example, what is this guy? Is it Pagana Moon or who's the one you said? He said, yeah, Pagana Moon, for example. Like, yo, this guy need to face justice as well. And he said he never heard me talk about Thomas Cirillo. Man, this guy then he missed. I said even Thomas Cirillo. All these guys, man, Riek Machar, man, all these guys.
Maybe,
I don't like.
Maybe he's still holding you accountable for what you disagree on previously. In a previous debate, you might have encountered each other or exchange.
No, I never talked to him.
But that's not fair, though. You forget about the past and then you look at the fresh issue. This is how you start knowing someone.
But you see, and he came here talking about defending the government as is a Dinka entity, and that's what I'm saying. Like the government is not saying it's a Dinka entity, but the way they run it, making it look like it's a Dinka thing.
That kind of approach is the reason why everybody get generalized, right?
Exactly, and that's why that's why when I say something, you feel like I'm attacking you, but you know I'm not. But the thing is, like, they prey on the weak, man. You see? And I'm not trying to say he's weak-minded, but I'm just saying when he comes out like that defending Salva Kiir or the regime, like that's his dad or something, man, brother, You know, like you gotta be delusional, you know. but
Yeah.
but you know, and that's what's going on. And then when you tell think of people that, they feel like I'm attacking the whole tribe, brother. I don't care about the tribe, brother. I have a lot of friends that are Dinka, man, and you know, and we have the same conversations. We agree with some, we disagree, but it's all love at the end of the day, you know. But these people, man. But yeah, dang, man, dang. I want him to come back, man, but he's you know, I mean, I don't know if he's ready to come back.
No, I don't think so. So anyway, thank you very much, Brother Dawood.
Yeah, man.
I'm feeling tired now because we have been here for some hours, 3 hours, and I have to stop the show. I didn't expect this show to take that longer, but anyway, because of you guys just joining, you know, I was able to make it to this part. So thank you very much for being articulate, and thank you for being eloquent in presenting yourself. I like the debate, and I like the spirit that you have. Keep up the good work, with Brother Simon, and then the rest of the members that joined earlier. You know, I appreciate your contribution as well. So I look forward to bring up another topic. The next topic I will be talking about will be about the political parties that are being established and launched here in diaspora without official registration of this political party inside South Sudan. I don't know how legitimate we should be recognizing those parties when in fact they never registered in South Sudan. So we have the party of Paganamu, we have the real, we call it real SPLM. That means the other SPLM is fake, you know. So he called this political party a real SPLA. And then we have this party of this guy called the Quick Democratic Party, the one of Guy Bull here in America, Washington, D.C. And then we have a new party that was launched on Lagos State the other day. I think you might have seen it, right?
No, I don't follow these.
They call it, they call it National People Movement. It was launched by Dr. Matur. I guess it's from Lagos State. And then we have this political party by Dol Arjun, the so-called USPSS.
Oh,
and we have the party of Dr. Hakim Dario. You know Hakim Dario?
No, I don't even know any of these people except Darjon.
Yeah, I think he have this political party by name Nadafa or something, right? Am I right?
I mean, that sounds like a party that I want to join, man. Nadafa.
Yeah, very interesting name. I have no problem with their political ideologies. What I'm questioning is the reason why they keep launching, they keep establishing these political parties here in diaspora, and then they launch them here in diaspora, and then they start mobilizing for membership and for resources. But the reality is, for this political party to be recognized as legitimate, they need to be established in South Sudan, they need to be registered, and then they need to be launched inside South Sudan. And that's where you have to establish an office whereby the South Sudanese can come and register for your political party. Otherwise, when it comes to general election, I don't know how they're going to run this election, how they're going to participate when they are not even recognized, you know, legal. So it is quite ridiculous. But otherwise, I believe they have a decent political ideology, of which I do not want to talk about them, but I'm just questioning their legitimacy because they are not registered political party. That will be the next topic.
Yeah, like for example, you see how the way I'm moving right now, right? If I start a political party, I would literally take over South Sudan. But that's not the thing. It's not about taking over, brother. It's about doing the right thing. You see what I'm saying?
Right. You got to be honest too. We need sincere. People want to see you head on.
Yeah, because like with me, I don't even want power or nothing, you know? I don't want power or nothing. I just want to see change. I want people to change, you know, the right way. But yeah, man, it's gonna be Saturday, right?
Absolutely.
Oh no, when is the show? The next show?
I don't know. If you have time tomorrow, then we can do it.
Tomorrow, if I'm free, man. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be free. Just whenever you're on, shoot me a message so I know.
Okay, just let me know if you have time tomorrow. If you go to work, you just know your time, right? You can adjust your schedule accordingly.
But I'll freelance, bro. I don't work hourly.
Okay.
So
then
yeah.
that's fine. Then you gotta let me know if you are not busy. Then we can schedule it at a specific time. Then we still meet.
But yeah, but even when like a lot of people don't do this, but when you work for yourself, brother, like you spend 8 hours just practicing your craft, man. Literally, like when people are work, you working on yourself, and that's what I do every day for 8 hours, man.
Yeah, do it, baby.
Yeah, man. So all right, brother. So yeah, so let me let you go. And
if you
and then
think
just,
you feel tired today, we can do it maybe the other day. It's not a problem.
because
I'm
we need those
available
kind of
evening
conversations.
hours. Yes.
Yeah, we need these kind of conversations. All right, man. I was actually looking forward to Hakim coming through, man. I even sent him the link, but
I don't know why he's not coming.
Yeah,
I even forced it too.
Yeah,
I didn't knew that he was actually watching until when I read the comment section. Anyway, thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
People like the way you debate. I have seen a lot of Dinka people commenting there. They like you.
No,
The
man.
kind of spirit.
Because
people don't like
I'm
people
speaking.
who shy around, man. Being the bush.
Because I'm speaking for the people, brother.
They know you are telling the truth. They know where you are lying.
Yeah.
So people have to be realistic.
I don't lie, Billy. I don't lie, man. Talk about when I lie. I never do, man. All right, Billy.
Not convinced. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everybody. The show has come to an end. Maybe I can conclude it with a song, and then we take it from there.
Kaweda helong nam bola jwaga long nam kaweda helong nam bola jwaga long nam kunati ni long nam
Thank you, everybody.